Hey guys, Jay, welcome back to the channel. So, guys, it's been the week of weeks. A lot of things have been happening, and of course, in my neck of the woods, everything that I'm doing right now, it's just been absolutely bonkers. Flipboard continues, and I want to thank everybody who's been there and supported us all the way. This really is a community effort. The toy community really has come out and supported Flipboard to the nth degree, and I can't be happier. And really is humbling. It's one of those moments in my life, which I've had several, where I just cannot believe what is happening. I can't believe that this is something that can be done. I mean, I've done so many things in my life where everyone has told me there's no way you're going to be able to pull that off, and I was able to do stuff by the skin of my teeth, with no one to help me. And that's I think, except for a very close knit bunch of friends, who a couple of them are here today. But the reality is, in many cases, when you try to do these things, you are more or less, at the will of so many different factors. And for me, it's always been a bit of an isolated situation where you try to get together with a bunch of people and things don't work out, they fall through, and you either got to decide, are you going to drop the whole idea, or are you going to just keep pushing forward? And to everybody out there who's ever wondered, you need to keep pushing forward. Okay, if you ever had that question in your life, do I need, or can I get away with this? Is there any possible way that I can actually do this? Yes, the answer is yes, you can. And I have two people here with me, very good friends of the channel, who are already doing that and have already been on the channel talking about what they're doing right now. And I wanted to bring them on today and just talk about their brand new project, because honestly, these guys are some of the most talented people I've ever met, and they keep doing such great work. And the hustle is real, everybody. The hustle is real. And I wanted to bring in my first guest, Steve Bynoe. Steve, my friend, how are you tonight?
Not too bad. Hey, everyone. No, things are great. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Not too bad. So very excited. Atrium is on its way, and second issue. And I wanted to talk about that tonight and really get some information, and I want people to know about the book again. And of course, you've been here before with
Mhm.
your partner Vaughn, in terms of who's also helping with the book, Asylum Comics. And very excited, very, very excited. I also wanted to bring in another one of our good friends, but before we bring him in, Steve, how has it been going? Like, it's been too long. It's been a couple of months since we saw each other. Oh, sorry, it's been a couple of months since you were on here. It's been about 3 or 4 weeks since we last saw each other. So
Right. We
yeah,
saw each
so
other in Mississauga at the
that,
Mississauga Toy Con.
that's right, and it was a
Yeah.
lot of fun. Always
Yeah,
great to see you guys making the
for
hustle.
sure.
Steve, tell everybody here, how things have been going and what you guys have been up to.
So what we've been doing is we are, I guess, in the last few days of our Kickstarter. We have about 18 days left. And so when we were on the show previously, Vaughn and I, you were so gracious to have us as guests. We were talking about our Kickstarter for issue number 1 of Atrium, our independent comic book. And the Kickstarter went really well, funded over asking. So that went really well. And then now we have our second Kickstarter going for issues 2 and 3. So if you missed out on issue 1, you can still get issue 1 as part of this new Kickstarter. But we wanted to put issues 2 and 3 together. That so not only would you get more story, but you'd also save on shipping.
That's excellent. Very excited to hear that everything's coming together in a wonderful way. So, and thank you again, Steve, for that. But other than that, how have you been? Like, are things good? Like, how are things been?
Personally, things are great. It's been a ride. As you know, running a Kickstarter, it takes a lot of long nights with the organizing and the promoting and making sure that your tiers are okay,
Oh yeah,
and going back and forth for production as well too. Because as we're running the Kickstarter, we're also making sure that the comic book is going to be ready for our backers. And we hear a lot of stories about we've backed something and we've now been waiting for like a year or 2 years and not getting any product. What we are looking for is that by the time the campaign ends, our turnaround would be maybe 4 weeks, because
That's wow, really.
we don't want people to wait long.
Oh, that's
So
amazing. That's
so
incredible.
yeah, no, it's been really amazing, and also too, seeing the pages come in has been fantastic, and talking to the colorists and talking to the artists and looking at our variant covers. There's all these different threads that you kind of have to keep a hold of to make sure that everything works out properly. But it's been fantastic. Our backers have been sensational, and when we go to conventions and we're actually able to meet the public and they can see issue 1, the response has been phenomenal. So I couldn't ask for anything else, and we're almost funded. So I think we're close to 90% funded.
It is so good. It is so close.
So
If we take a quick look at it, guys, if you can, please check out Atrium issues 1 through 3, an action suspense thriller. They are now very, very close to their goal. Their goal is $4,805 and they're very close now, $4,310 on 47 backers, 18 days to go. This is absolutely incredible, and I am so proud of these guys and what they've been able to accomplish. The first book is actually already out, and you can already pick up issues of that. But before we continue with this, I just wanted to be able to bring this in and show people. But guys, please check out Atrium. I will put it in the chat right now if anybody wants to check it out. There you guys go. And I did want to bring in one of our friends who's actually going to do something very interesting today. We've never done this on the Mega J Retro channel. We're gonna see if it works, because generally speaking, technical difficulties, I'm a master at this, so it's bound to fail. But we're gonna try. We're gonna try and see if this will work. I'm very excited at the possibility that this is something that we can pull off. But we're gonna see how this works, guys. I want to bring in someone who I don't know. He doesn't sleep. He's like me. We just don't sleep. This is what creatives do. We just plow on through. But creative energy is creative energy, and this young man has done everything. He's done illustration. He's done writing. He's done lettering, penciling, inking. I mean, he's a man of all trades, and I want to give a special welcome to my good friend, Greg Parkin. Greg, what's going on, my friend? How are you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. It's you're on mute right now. Let me see if
Am I on mute? Oh,
yeah. I think that's better. So Greg, how have things been going? What's been going on with your life, my friend?
well, I've been good, man. It's been busy, getting a lot of stuff done. Atrium's been doing well. Been spending a lot of time building out that world and working with the guys here. It's been great, we're building, Warlock Productions. Announcements will be, later on when everything's more detailed and finalized. But yeah, things been good. Been watching your success online. It's very, very exciting. It's just mind-boggling how fast it went, and yeah, man, it's exciting.
You know what? As I was telling Steve behind the scenes, nothing happens in a bubble. We're all in this together, and the team that I have that's in this in this Kickstarter is just absolutely top notch. We have guys who have had successful Kickstarters before. We have guys who are doing 3D renderings. We have guys who are doing the fulfillment, all this great stuff, right? And of course, we have the guys like you who are the creative geniuses behind all this. And you guys are the ones who, like Matt, a Mad Hatter. He's just amazing, and the kind of ideas that just go, so fast and so quick. You guys are on the ball just like he is, and it's just absolutely amazing. Greg, it's my understanding you're going to give us a little bit of a demonstration. What did you have in mind for us?
Well, actually, I when we're all here for each other, and I saw the madness going on with Filappi, it was fantastic. So I just spent some time looking at the character, and I figured I would do a nice little piece for you guys.
Oh, thank you. Okay,
yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. So I started a little pin-up. I started just like a short while ago. As I got here to sit down, I thought we're gonna get it all on live from the very beginning. Would have been nice, but I started pencils just because I don't know.
Okay.
Just, so
all right. So do you want to
do live stream? Yeah, I'm gonna try to flip my camera and figure out how to do that.
Well, actually, I was seeing before in the background, you were able to share your camera, and it was coming in clear. Do you want to keep trying that out, or like what do you
Yeah,
want to do?
actually, this one here, I'm gonna just put it onto the artwork.
Okay,
and then
cool.
Keep talking. If that's
All right,
cool.
let's
Let me know
do that.
if I get it right, because I can't see the screen. Right.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the
Am I too
platform.
close?
So what I'm going to do is this. We're gonna try this. All right. So hold on. All right. So Steve and I are going to be here while you illustrate, and
You
let's
got it. You can see it, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Steve, you can see that, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Actually, you know what I should do? I should pull up the flip art character so I can know what he looks like. I've just been kind of going at it based on I've been watching the campaign since the beginning. So tell me, like, how did this all start, man?
Well, you know what? Before we do that, let's say hi to the chat. Let's a couple of guys who have joined us tonight. So, Natural Nate Marvel, what's going on, my friend? How you doing tonight? Good to see you, Natural Nate Marvel. That's me. Mythic Dolphin at Mega J Retro. I have enough for a chest set. Flip Wars, all variants, plus the flip bot, plus the pawns on the side, catches of different variants, and 8 botchas pawns on the opposite side. Oh my god! Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much for that. You are a baller. Oh my god, that's like pretty much everything that's available right now. Thank you, Mythic Dolphin. You are freaking amazing. Erwin Papa. Hey, Jay in chat. Good to see you, Erwin. Of course, the Necronomicon staring. Congratulations on your campaign. Thank you so much, Erwin. You are the man. Thank you so much. King Panther, what's going on, Noel? How are you doing tonight? Greetings, Mr. J. I am glad Hatter met his goal, and the Mondo team is coming to C2E2 in Chicago, and mentioned there will be an exciting reveal. I wonder what it is. Is it Motu or X-Men related? You know, you never know. They are killing it with the X-Men action figures, 1/6 scale. I mean, the what's the Rogue figure? She's got back. Everyone's just talking about how that baby's got back. It's freaking ridiculous because everyone's really upset that she lost a few a few pounds in the derriere for the new show, which still has to be found out. I don't think that's actually the case. I think it's just internet rhetoric. Wraith Mace, what's going on, brother? How you doing tonight? Thank you guys for being here. It's always a pleasure to see you guys. Today we have a treat. Mr. Gregory Parkin is going to be illustrating for us, and if we're lucky, he might actually get to the inking stage, which I doubt, because he's still got a bit of a ways to go. But you know what? Before we get to Greg and his wonderful art, Steve, let's talk a little bit about Atrium a little bit more, because I'm fascinated at this, and we're gonna let Greg sketch away a little bit, and I'm just gonna switch gears a bit. So talk to me, Steve, and Greg. If you know, obviously you're involved here as well. First of all, before we continue, Steve, you were the main writer on this project. Is that correct?
Co-writer, co-creator. I think I'm muted.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Cool. Co-writer, co-creator. Greg's our letterer, and I'm getting some feedback. Is everyone
Yeah, that's.
hearing it?
Let me mute Greg while you. Okay, keep going. There you go.
Yeah. So Atrium is about 2 paramedics, Naomi and Darnell, who are tasked with delivering a donor heart, and they're accompanied by a security detail. And on the way to during the delivery, they're intercepted by a team of assassins who are hell bent on stopping the delivery and the heart being given to the transplant patient. And it's a 5-issue miniseries. Issue 1 went really well, and issues 2 and 3 are in production. Greg is currently lettering both of them, and we're getting the final colors for issue 3. It's been an amazing journey. Working on this with Greg has been a lot of fun as well too, because we've known each other forever, and seeing what our initial kind of conversations years ago have blossomed into on the page, and getting artwork by some of our variant cover artists has been phenomenal. And what else can I say about the interior art by Lucas Filappi and the colors by Nikos, Koutsis, and Mike Toris? It's been an amazing journey. And what's been most rewarding is when we've actually given readers the issue number 1. It has been fantastic, their response. It's just kind of, because sometimes you do these things in a bubble, and it's kind of like that even when you're doing a Kickstarter campaign. you put all this work into getting everything organized, and then you put it out there, and you're not quite sure what the response is. And sometimes what you're getting from Kickstarter in terms of like your followers or your backers is one thing, but then when you actually get to meet them, it's fantastic. It's great to see them invested in it, sometimes even more so than you are, and that's always quite rewarding.
Absolutely exciting, and really happy for you guys that this is all coming together. So you have a couple of covers here. Can you walk us through the different variations that we have?
Yeah, for sure. So we have cover. This is for issue 2. We have cover A by the series artist Lucas Filappi, and so this one features part of the story takes place in the subway, and so this is I guess is our villains cover. So all the bad guys, all the big bads are on cover A, and cover B has our heroes, Naomi and Darnell at the top, and then the security detail for issue 2. And then cover C is done by the incomparable Vince Nico and colored by Marvin Mariano. And this one features a scene in the story that happens, I think it's in issue 2, and kind of drives the action. It's what begins to drive the action underground. So those we have, I guess, 4 covers for issue 2, and the one that's in progress is by a guy named Raymond Bermans. He's done some work for DC and I think Image and Boom, and his cover is dynamite, and we can't wait to show it to everybody. Then we have issue 3, cover A. We have 3 covers for issue 3. The first 2 are done by Lucas as well too, and we're going to do something special with cover B. It's one of the tiers in the Kickstarter, and it's called the Blood Red. So basically, there's some blood on the ground and a couple of guns there. That cover will have a full colored version, and then we're going to have almost like a blood red one where just the blood will be the only color that's on the page. And then our last one, and this cover has blown our minds. So it's actually a painting by super talented painter Paul Lemgenko. He was giving us process videos along the way, and every time we got more footage, we were more amazed. And then the final product just blew us away. And so this is cover C for issue 3, and this had us so hyped that we're like, we cannot wait to get this Kickstarter funded and over with, that so people can see the book.
That's absolutely incredible. Oh my gosh, I'm very excited to see this all come together once again. The first book was absolutely incredible. If you guys haven't seen it already, please definitely consider picking up a copy of Atrium. I do believe that they are available still on Kickstarter. Is that right? Or
it's possible that you can still get them through the link from the previous Kickstarter, but pretty soon, once this Kickstarter's finished, you can get all 3 through the new link. So once we then move into Pledge Manager and whatnot. But yeah, so there's digital versions, and then we also have the print copies as well too. And we've been going to conventions and selling issue 1, and then we'll be doing the same thing when issue 2 and 3 are finished coming back from the printers.
That's incredible. And again, I really appreciate knowing. Actually, you know what? Let me put it this way. Let's dial this back a little bit. I'm gonna put Greg back on the screen here. That way we can actually have an interesting discussion. So where the heck? That's not the one. It's this one. There we go. First of all, I want to say congratulations to you guys. Like seriously, I want to say congratulations to you guys. For the first campaign is always the killer. You know what I mean? Because there's so much uncertainty. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if people are going to support you. You don't know who's going to come out. You have your family, your friends, the people who care the most about you, and of course they're going to throw a couple bucks your way. But the reality is that everybody else out there, they only have your reputation to go on. They only have your skill that they can see on the front page, and they don't know if it's going to be a good story. It's not like you're going to tell them the good story. You know what I mean? So the the whole concept of putting together an IP like this, a story like this, with no background, no history, no nothing, and just expecting or hoping and praying that people are going to back you. That's incredible. You guys, for everybody out there, if you haven't done a Kickstarter, the pressure every day that $1,000 gets into the account, $1,000 in pledges shows up. It's just insurmountable sometimes. And then as you get close to the end goal, I can only imagine, because we still haven't reached our end goal. But I got to tell you, in the week that it was happening, everyone's thinking, I'll just relate some, I'm gonna say, Steve, what was it like the first campaign with the first book? Because for me, I went through a whole range of emotions, just throughout the beginning of the campaign. So
You do run a gamut of emotions, and it's, in some ways, it's not for the faint of heart, especially that first time around, because you don't know what to expect. You start off and you might get a couple of pledges and you're like, okay, someone likes us, right? And then you go through some quiet periods where you don't get any backing whatsoever. And then you go up a bump, and I'm sure there's a lot of you who may not be aware, but there's a graph that anybody who's running a Kickstarter can kind of look at, which goes over time and shows you kind of like an upward trajectory of how your pledge is looking. And it can kind of be daunting to see it kind of like flatline before things even get started. And then you might get an initial bump where people kind of realize, okay, fine, we like you, we're gonna back you. But that only goes so far. And so you go through elation, relief, disappointment, elation again. You go through a whole bunch of emotions, sometimes all in one day.
yeah, you run the gambit. You run the
Yeah,
whole gambit of just this emotional wave, and we were there, right? There were the highs, there were the lows. Then, as you said, there was a plateau, and we were like we were throwing ideas at the wall for a while and trying to figure out why is it stalling? Like, what's happening? Like, we everything was moving so quickly, right? And that's exactly what relating to what you're saying, right? So what else happens around this time, Steve?
so the crazy thing about it too is that while you're monitoring the Kickstarter and you're trying to figure out, do we have the right tiers, what are our stretch goals, there's so many things to kind of keep track of. And then if you're all in production, like, where you're either finishing production or maybe in some cases starting it. For us, we've always been, whenever we've launched the Kickstarter, we've been further ahead than maybe the average person, especially if you're doing comic books, because our books have been, I would say, at least 50 to 70% done while we're doing our Kickstarters. That so upon completion, they're just ready to go, right? And so keeping track of all that while also monitoring the Kickstarter, being in contact with your backers, and to our backers have been fantastic. Without our backers, we're nothing, to be honest with you. They're the ones who believed in us, maybe sometimes more than even we believed in ourselves, and have given us the fuel to keep going. And those are the kind of like shots in the arm that you need to kind of get you through those kind of like lulls, because I think every campaign has a lull, and you might lose a backer here or there, and then you might gain a backer, or they might change their pledge, and so you're always watching all of these little kind of fluctuations in how it goes. And then, as you'd mentioned earlier, you're part of a team on your Kickstarter, as are we. The main thing is having constant conversations with your partners, that so everyone kind of knows not only the status of the campaign, but how you can improve it. Like, you're always constantly looking at what's that extra edge, to to kind of get you to the next level or to get you over the hump of where you want to go. And I can only imagine what you and your team must have experienced when, you go to bed one night and then you wake up the next morning and it's like, what? That's where the pledges are? That's fantastic.
You're right on the money, and I just want to bring attention to Greg's work here. Greg's actually illustrating Flipboard. Actually, thank you, Greg. It looks absolutely incredible. Wow, love the energy that's going into this. A couple of comments in the chat. Lanny Lane, thank you all for your hard work on Flipboard Mega J. I hope you're paid handsomely. There's no payment here, man. You can ask Steve. There's no money here, man. There's no money. There's no money to be made here. I know. Okay. So let's actually preface that. Okay. I'm gonna. I know people are gonna say that's effing bullshit, Jay. Like, what the hell are you talking about, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and preface that. Okay. It looks like a lot of money. Okay. It looks like a lot of money. And for comics, okay, and you guys have to understand this. What Steve and the team are asking for, it's just the bare minimum. It's just the surface of what they need to get started. But the point is that what they need to get started will get them to the next book. And that's exactly the same thing with our campaign. What we're building here on this campaign is to get us to the next campaign. Crap, I shouldn't have actually said that. But anyway, but aside from that, all right, plans. I'm gonna say plans for another possible campaign. But anyway, the requirements for actually making a toy, and actually speaking on that, Ramen Toys in the house. Good to see Ramen Toy. Thank you, Ramen. And without Ramen, we wouldn't be here. Like, their expertise, his guidance is paramount, right? It's very important that I acknowledge that. And Ramen says Flipboard campaign is all about evolution and kaizen. Now, kaizen is the word for constant evolution, constant change, and that's a wonderful sentiment. Because it actually speaks to what Steve was speaking. It speaks to what I'm about to talk about. How, yes, every single day we needed to pivot. We needed to change. We needed to make something happen. Because not so much in our campaign, we were very fortunate. And I'm going to say it right now. There's a lot of luck in this. There's a lot of luck in the timing. There's a lot of luck in when people are getting up and going to bed. There's a lot of timing in when people get paid. There are a lot of factors involved on how people are going to react or how people are going to pledge to you. Those are all going to be factors in this, right? But to share an actual anecdote, on our launch of the campaign, Matt Hatter was on the live stream, and he was pushing and talking about the how Flipboard was created and the whole experience behind it. And then as he was going about it, people were back in the campaign. They were literally pledging and everything like that. And all of a sudden, while Matt Hatter's on the stream and he's talking and he's like, having a grand old time, all of a sudden, bit by bit, tiny like messages are flying through the chat, and they're also flying through our Kickstarter comment section. And it's like, how come I can't add additional figures to add on? And we came to a horrible realization at that point. We hadn't actually created any add-ons. We were like, what the hell? What? Because again, we are so green at this. We didn't understand that you had to set that up ahead of time, right? So again, kudos to our team. Gilly writes comics. He was on the ball. He jumped back on, created those add-ons, and then we called Hatter on the phone and said, "Hey, let everybody know that the add-ons are back up." And then we started seeing bang, bang, bang. We see these jumps in the pledges, right? But that would not have happened if we weren't monitoring the whole situation. Just like what Steve alluded to earlier, right? Like, we as a team had to really understand that this is an organic thing. This is going to change moment to moment, like hour to hour. And that was a huge realization. And again, huge shout out to everybody. Ralph over Toy Stalker, who was monitoring that. Same thing with Gilly, who actually was able to jump on and fix that right away. Good friends of the channel, who were also shouting us out, like Mr. Home Arcade, Geek Dead Life, everybody who was like saying, people are telling you that there's something wrong. You should check up on that. So yeah, it was just a constant thing. And again, huge thanks to Ramen Toy for also being on the ball at that time and just reminding us that we cannot be complacent. That's a very strong message that Brahman has always been instilling upon us as a team, because we've never done this before, and of course he's the expertise in creating these toys. Lab Rats in the house, what's going on, my friend? How you doing tonight? Silver Surfer 76, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Always good to see the Silver Surfer. Apparently he's changed genders again. He's going to be a dude now. No, I'm just kidding. The Fantastic Four, I believe they've cast the Silver Surfer finally, and he's not going to be a different version of the Silver Surfer. He's going to be the original Silver Surfer. So that's going to be interesting. Good to hear. Now those are all rumors, but we'll see where it finally lands. But yeah, Steve, sharing our own experiences with learning and developing through these Kickstarter moments, if you will. What did you do when you saw that plateau? Because when we saw it, we had to get a team meeting going. You know what I mean? Like we got all hands on deck and we started just asking each other, all right, what's going on? Is there a problem, or should we just relax and just see what happens? Whenever there are lull periods in your campaign, what is your reaction, and how do you deal with that type of that type of environment?
Well, same thing. We had a couple of meetings. We chat. We also looked at other Kickstarters. Kickstarter itself is a great resource, and sometimes even going on to YouTube in terms of, and just checking out, like, okay, what can you do to kickstart your campaign? And what I don't mean by kickstart is like re-energize it. Best practices. And then also, we had the same sort of situation as you did, where it's like, we don't have any add-ons. Because when we initially did the Kickstarter, we're so green at this too. We're like, you know what? We're only going to do issue 2 and 3, right? And then we were talking to someone, and I was on a stream last week as well too, and it was like, no, you got to have issue 1 in there, not just as an add-on, which we added a few weeks ago, but also in the title. Because the one thing that, I guess, being new to it, because this is only our second campaign, is don't assume anything. So what you think would make sense, it doesn't mean that that a potential backer is going to understand exactly what you are trying to get across with not just your campaign, but also what your campaign goals are, what your tier rewards are, and how many add-ons to have on, right? So we were looking at, I know that we had the draw in. I'll just give you a perfect example of what one thing that we were looking at was, we hit a certain plateau, and then we had a draw in category for the first issue, and it was pretty successful. But now, because the book's in production, you can't have that many draw in backers, because you don't have any place to put them. So with the story kind of set in terms of how many pages you have, how many characters you have, and then you might want to have one character who is one of your backers look a certain way and be in a certain part of the story. If you're kind of like already set in that situation, then you can't have the same amount of backers. So we decided, okay, let's only do 3 backers that can be drawn in as a reward tier. There was it just comes down to just being aware, a lot of constant communication, and then looking at other campaigns and seeing what works. So is it graphic heavy? Is it not well laid out? Those things all kind of are part of the mix to make it either kind of stall or not stall. And we've even had conversations of like, how much should we ask for? Now, those are things that you can't change once your Kickstarter started, but it's something to think about for subsequent ones, because it seems that campaigns go through these, I don't know, spurts where initially you might get a surge and then it goes quiet. And then you got to do some promotion or add a stretch goal or a couple of stretch goals. And then you get another surge. And then when you get to the end, it kind of halts again. And then when you get your funding, then it explodes because everyone is like, oh, we know we are going to get this now for sure because they're fully funded. And then you can get another kind of last boost of pledge capital because it's not an unsure thing anymore.
Sorry, I'm eating gummies.
That's incredible. And I'm going to share some anecdotes right now. We can see here that Mr. Parkin has already gotten to the inking stage. This is exciting. Greg, what is that on your arm? It seems like you got something that you're wearing right there. Can you tell us what that is?
Sure.
Yeah. What is that?
Oh, this I use this to keep my the sweat from my fingers from affecting the paper. So it's just like a tool that keeps my hand moving smoothly over the surface, and it doesn't mess with the chemical composition of the paper. So you want to keep it. It's generally acid free, but there's stuff in your sweat that will react with your paper over time, so it'll age differently. So you try to protect the originality of the piece as much as possible from oil. Just like any collector would put your comic book in acid-free bag.
Yes, of course. So, are you working a blue line, or what? Are you working a blue line right now, or what are you doing exactly?
Right now, I'm using my Faber-Castell, just straight to ink. I penciled it a little bit, roughed it in a little more, and I'm just gonna just throw the blacks down, ink it out, see how I feel, see where it goes, and check the reference every once in a while, make sure I'm not doing something really weird, and then have some fun with it. Have some fun,
Yeah, but are you on a blue line sheet, or are you just on straight bond?
Comic book paper.
Yep.
The standard 11 by 17. Industry standard, I guess. Everybody. Well, I guess I don't know if there is such a thing, but size-wise, yeah. So you got your blue backing. It already comes with it, right?
Yep,
And
that's what I was just curious because obviously we normally see those things in the production line. So I want to welcome good friend of the channel, Gilly Writes Comics. Gilly, what's up, brother? How you doing tonight?
Hey, good to be back. Jay, thanks for having me. Steve, I remember you. What's going on, man? Gregory, looking good on the Flipboard art. And to any Hatterites that are listening, we funded Flipboard, which is crazy. So 120K, I think. Like, wow. Toy community is a real one. I've been in some communities, okay? Toy community is legit.
So Gilly's rocking the Hello Kitty ears.
I told you I had mic issues. I said I was gonna find a workaround. The workaround was my wife's gaming headset. I hope I'm coming in clear.
You are coming in. You're coming in clearer than any of us, brother. That that gaming. You should work those, bro. You should work. You should own that. Own that stuff.
Like I'm gonna start owning it now. I have no choice.
Own it. That the mic is nice and clear, bro. That is some premium Hello Kitty gear, bro.
Hey, it works. These were on Amazon. If you guys really want to know, I'll look up the info if they're that good.
You know what, brother? It takes a real man to wear pink. Okay, it takes a real man to wear pink. So don't
wear kitty ears too, right?
Represent, man. Represent. I bet your daughter loves that, man. It's probably her favorite thing in the world.
Oh yeah, I had to put her away, just because she's gonna want to grab it,
steal those things.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Pure teeth, man. Pure teeth. So I'd like to introduce you to Greg Parkin. He is an incredible artist. Steve himself is an accomplished artist as well. Guys, Steve's already met Gilly, and Gilly, you know what? While you're on the screen, I think you have an upcoming campaign as well. If you wanted to shout that out, shall I throw that up and take a quick look at it?
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
All right, let's have a quick look. So, talk us through this. What are we looking at here?
All right, so basically, if you guys didn't know, I do a comic book called Galactic Rodents of Mayhem. It's a throwback to our nostalgia, 80s and 90s, Saturday morning cartoon in comic book form, featuring anthropomorphic capybaras. We did really good where we're creating a spin-off, and interestingly enough, this spin-off was incited through a backer in our first campaign for Grom. And the reward was pretty much you create a character and we'll incorporate him into our universe. So basically, he will be a part of the main Grom team. So what we did was we're creating this person's character of what is it? A frog, an assassin frog. But the thing, yeah, Ninja Frog. You got to fine tune it though. You got to finesse it. So we gave him his own little spin off, and then we will incorporate him into the main Grom storyline. But the artwork looks great. If you like revenge stories set in with a deep galactic backdrop, set in deep space, there'll be a lot of hack and slash, a lot of cool fun. And if you miss out on Grom, you could get the main Grom issues in that campaign. I'll have them available. So again, we're just trying to have fun and show that there's still some cool stuff you can do in comics, and just pretty much let the story speak for itself.
Sorry, Gilly. Just out of curiosity. Is there any way to lower your volume just a tad?
Am I coming in too loud?
You're coming in a little hot. Yeah, just a tiny bit. But it's all good. If you can't, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. But you sound perfect. Just a little bit. The volume is like all over the place right now.
How about now?
That's much better. Let's stick to that. Yeah, that's much better. So maybe the mic is just too close to your mouth. I think that's good.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna shout out. That is it. We're gonna take. we're gonna take some, but we're gonna talk a little bit more about Grom. But let's check in with Greg. Take a look at some more of his artwork while I answer some questions. That's looking nice, right, boys? I mean, this is coming in
very crisp, man.
Sweet.
Very crisp, beautiful.
Like, it's awesome to see other artists take on work that we keep seeing. You not Gilly. We're behind the scenes. We see this all the time, but it's always great to see another artist take on a character which we've been working on for a year. You know what I mean? Like, this is awesome. Gilly, you've worked with a lot of different artists, and we're going to highlight some of the work that you've been with. Ramen Toy is asking, Grom will need figures, yes? And
let's build that audience up. That would be my dream. I would cross it off the bucket list. I would just let me shut up right now, because Ace, I love you. That's what I'm going to say. Hopefully we can get there. I hope we can get there.
The temptation is real, Gilly. The temptation is real. Ramen's really pushing everybody now. Silver Surfer is 76. Hey, Mega J, hope all is well. I would back this campaign for Ramen Toy being behind this. It's a rather deceptive company. You know what, Silver Surfer? I know what you're trying to say. But one thing you can't deny is that what Ramen says that they will deliver, they have delivered. I think that's the one thing you can truly say about Ramen, that I don't think you can take that away from them. The projects they've chosen are the projects they've chosen. I'm not going to speak to that, but in terms of its promise to the people who have backed their project, I think that we can truly say that they actually have fulfilled all of their obligations for that. So thank you for your comment, though. I totally understand, and you're perfectly in your right not to support that. So thank you so much, Silver Surfer. Really appreciate you jumping on. Jabbar Robbins, sub Jay, rare to see you on Saturday, and sub to you, Steve, Greg. Have you guys ever seen the video or owned the book of How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way? Oh, what? Look at that!
Right on cue.
There's the answer right there, my friend. hold that up again.
That was good.
Steve. Hold that up.
It's a well-worn book too.
Oh my gosh, it's in half.
Oh, Steve has it over there.
It is in half.
Man, he's still in good condition though. In half, but it's still in good condition though.
That is crazy. Good stuff, Steve. I love the fact he's right beside his bookshelf, and he's going to pull any reference he needs. Just love it. Love it. It is just awesome. Awesome that way. Steve's the man. Steve's the man. Silver Surfer. Sorry, Ramen Toy. Yeah, again, Ramen Toy is not outside of talking about talking to it. Deception is our brand, my friend. Ace has an answer for everything. My gosh. Anyway, thank you guys for keeping it civil. It is what it is. the Ramatoy, the power of pink, the power of pink.
I might have to just keep these, man.
Oh, dude, you might have to steal those from your wife. I mean, that's the way it is. Jabbar Robbins, Ramen Toy. You've seen Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, huh? LOL. I don't know what that means, but I guess there's an inside joke in there somewhere. But Ramen actually says no, not really. Let's see here. Anybody else? Silver Surfer, just not what I ordered and paid for. Mega J. Huh? Okay. You know what? That's a conversation for the both of you guys. But thank you guys for again being here and being civil, because usually this can just just degrade into its own thing on the chats. So I'm glad the mods don't have to do any extra work tonight. So thank you guys, really appreciate it. Talk to us a little bit, Greg. What are you working on right now? How's it coming along?
Like, you mean like at the moment or like in general? Because right now we're working on the book on Atrium, really.
All right. Well, talk to us about that.
Yeah. So production is going great. You know, the artwork looks amazing. We just looking over some of the color pages earlier, and yeah, man, it's all guns a blazing on that. I don't know if you've seen the Kickstarter. It's been out for a couple, but I don't remember the day it started. Was it about a week, Steve? 2 weeks now? Something like that. I'm not really watching the actual time at the moment. We're just in production, trying to make sure that we meet our demands, and we're on schedule, and having fun with it.
Yeah, we I guess we had did a 45-day campaign, and so that was another thing that we kind of were toying with, whether to go longer or shorter. And so I guess we're at like 18 now, 18 days left. But it's been really interesting. I think next time we'll probably go for a shorter amount of time, just to make it more compact, and especially with the campaign and the issues all coming to an end at the same time. Because our final campaign we'll do for issues 4 and 5, we'll do that as a short run, and then once that book's completed and fulfilled, we'll then look to do another IP, unless the fans demand that we continue the story of Atrium. But we do have other ideas that we want to get done, for sure, right? And if we can get Greg to letter and get back into his creative mode, because he's a very, very busy individual, multi-talented. So we'd like to keep the team together for whatever we do next.
That is excellent, guys. Thank you so much. I can see Gilly's really taking a look at the technique being displayed here. He's really concentrating.
Something therapeutic about seeing an artist, do their lines. I love draw streams, and I just love seeing how things come together and beautiful stuff.
Just to think it through sometimes, you don't know it. You don't have the answers right away sometimes, right? Especially if it's a new character. You just kind of work through the drawing and have fun. Loosen up a little bit sometimes, because, it can get kind of tedious, and you want to, I don't know, not necessarily do like an anatomical piece, so to speak, all the time. You know what I mean? It's not always an anatomical study. Sometimes you just want to be able to loosen up and have fun with the character. I don't know.
Yeah. The Flipboard speaks to a certain level for collectors. I mean, just between the four of us, whenever you go out and you're looking for that one of a kind, or one of one, and somebody gets to it first, and then all of a sudden you see it up on eBay for like a 200% markup. It just burns your biscuit. You know what I mean? And that's really, I think, what a lot of the Flipboard backers, saw in this campaign. The fact that Hatter had this genius idea that, this is my effigy. This is my representation of a flipper, of a scalper. This is the root of my pain. And I think that really spoke to a certain, inner feeling that a lot of people chose to back. And I think that that's really one of the reasons why this campaign has been so successful. The genius of Mad Hatter, being able to just take this and run with it, and also just make it just this huge parody, this huge satire of what we envision. Because you always have a vision in your head of these D-bags who actually go into these stores and just like steal from everybody and then toss
I
them up
always
on
wish I
eBay.
could catch them in the act, like when they just walk with that, buy them all out. I just wish you could catch them in the act. Like, dude, just never been fortunate enough.
I did catch somebody. I actually caught some.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I chased them down. I chased them down the parking lot. I have it on
Stop
video.
it.
I have it on video. Yeah.
What was he
You guys want
buying?
to see
What
it?
was it?
You guys
I would
want
love
to see it?
this.
Yeah, you want
to
you want to see me chasing down a you want to see
I
me
do.
chasing down a scalper?
Yes.
All right, hold on.
Jay, I didn't know you would. I didn't
let me
know.
bring- let me-
Man,
let me-
you're a real
let me-
one, Jay.
Oh, bro, let me tell you, we don't like. I come from Malvern, bro.
That's
I come
great.
from Malvern, brother. We don't play in Malvern, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
We don't play in Malvern, guy. Steve, you know what I'm talking about, bro. we don't play that way, man. That's not cool. That's not cool. Let's see here, Mega J Retro. Man, this was like 2 years ago already. Oh, I know what it was. It was 504. No, 332nd Trooper. Let's see if it comes up first time.
Trooper. It was a trooper.
Yeah, bro. No, a trooper. It was 5 troopers. He stole 5 troopers out from under my nose. And the thing is, like, when you see it, you'll be like, Jay, you're a dumbass. Like, seriously, once you see what actually happened, you guys will be like, why the hell did you like? It's just so wrong. Let's see here. Let me see. Scalper. Let me see if that one comes up. Again, it was years ago. I'm gonna try and find it, but keep talking, Greg. Keep talking about the art and what you're doing, because I'm just gonna look for this really quick.
He got to find this. He built it up.
He's gotta find that. He's gonna find that. I gotta find what I want to do with this strap here. This is an interesting character because the mold that you guys chose. There's some interesting variances with his shoulder strap and stuff.
Yeah, it's an original it's an original sculpt from Render FX. He's our sculptor on the team, and I got to tell you, he takes concepts from Hatter and just brings them to life. You know what I mean? In a 3D sculpt. He works in what is that program called? Gilly, help me out here. What is he using right now? He's using Blender.
I don't know what he's using, but he makes magic, and he does it so fast. He'll whip up something within. We're talking about it, and like, hey, we need this, and it's a 3D render. So I'm like, dude, how did you? I know it's not rocket science, but to me, that's rocket science because you're literally crafting ideas that we're telling you, and you're making it into a 3D image, which is insane. And a lot of the genius behind what we're doing with Flipboard is you see these. You're gonna see when you get the figure eventually, right? Him and Ace have this synergy. And I mean, I know Ramen Toy maybe, again, alluding to what Silver Surfer was saying. All I know is seeing behind the scenes with this toy stuff and seeing how a lot of things get started. Ace is a genius, teamed up with renders. It's almost like we're cheating. A toy like Flipboard shouldn't look this good. It shouldn't be this easy to market. And the community rallying behind it at 120K just shows you everything you need to know. I'm glad to have met Renders. I'm glad to have met Ace, Jay for putting me in with the group, Hatter, and it's magic. What you're seeing with Renders, what you're seeing what he puts out is again, you're seeing wizardry, and you're seeing a sculptor at his master class, at his best. And all I say is you guys are in for a treat. Those who haven't backed, think about backing, because again, we do got some cool stretch goals coming up. I think 150. Are we locked on that one, Jay? Like 150? Is it guaranteed or
okay. Gilly,
Yeah.
let's let Hatter talk about it.
All right. I'm getting too excited.
You're getting a bit too.
Guys, whatever I just said, I'm yammering here. Just the kitty ears does something to the brain. Just don't even. Don't listen to me, guys.
Oh my god! Oh god! You know what? I'm not gonna rag on Gilly too much. I mean, yesterday, I was on a stream with Brick something, and he said something which just like floored me, and I almost blurted out a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, he's not. Gilly's not to blame. Gilly's not to blame. All right,
I'll shut up though.
no, don't shut up. Don't shut up. Here, guys. Let's take a quick, because first of all, let me say that Greg is
Oh
doing
my
some
God.
amazing work here. It's just looking absolutely. Greg, can you bring that a little closer to the camera? Let's take a quick look at it. What do you think?
How do I do that?
Well, just just bring it to the camera. Just pick it up and bring it closer to the camera.
There you
Oh
go.
wow! Look at those details, guys. Like, that's just beautiful. Like, I love the smile. You know, that Flipboard smile.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out the character a little bit,
Trademark.
and I watched a couple of videos, and it didn't look like this when I was first thinking about it. But I was like, you know what? Let me see this grin, and then I, pulled up the model. The model is really nice, man.
Yeah, a huge shout out to huge shout out to Renders Effects. You know, he's doing some amazing work too. We're just talking about you. Lots of great things that are happening right now. Let me, and you know what, on that note, I found it. Let me show you guys. let me show this to you guys. I think you guys will get a kick out of this, because it's one of those times where it was just one of the, like, I bring this up every now and then. People seem to enjoy
Ghostbusters
it.
figures are here.
Okay, so basically on a whole bunch of my toy hunts, as you guys know, hey, look at that! I have look. That is another rare sight. Way back in the day.
I know, right?
Who is that guy? Who is that guy? Who is
That's
that
good.
guy? That's just crazy. And I went on multiple days, and of course my eyes are shut. I don't know why that is. And hey, check this out, Gilly. You're not going to believe this. Look at the prices.
The Boxer Grove location again.
Look at the price. Look at the prices. Look at the prices. Look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
$10. $10 for a Power Ranger. Remember those days, Gilly?
Ranger size.
Remember those days?
Now it's $29.99, man. 24, if anything.
Oh gosh.
The Red Ranger.
So that's the Red Ranger. Actually, he was hard to find at the time. Zero Red Ranger. But we're gonna move past that. Oh, okay. So here's what happened. Okay, so watch this, guys. So check this out.
Okay.
So look at this.
Then nothing else of note except check this out. It's Ahsoka's 3/32 Ahsoka's clone trooper.
So they see the price $29.87. That's Canadian. So that would have been like at the time, because the Canadian dollar just plummeted now. That would have been like $22 American. All right. So that's what the Black Series figure was going for at the time. Now, this was I found this at one Walmart, and all the boxes were wrecked. So I decided not to pick them up. But in another Walmart, and that's where this comes in, I rounded a corner. So check this out. This is a different Walmart, different time.
They pretty much have everybody here.
And check this out.
There's Egon. No, sorry, there's Race Dance. Race Dance again. They have Gozer, Stance.
Dude.
They got Venkman here. They also have, there he is. There's Spengler. And yes, they do actually have Zedmore. So yes, everybody is here. Yeah, so if anybody's looking for these particular figures, they're right here. But one thing that's hidden back here that nobody seems.
Now check this out. Okay, this is very important. How many figures do you count there, guys? Count them all. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 figures. Okay, 7 figures. There's about 4 3/32 troopers and about 3 Mandalorian what's it called, loyalists. Okay. Now I'm going to fast forward just a little bit, because I just go through all of them, right? So, but there's a ton here. So we just saw that each figure is $30 each, right? So what is that? 30, 90. Steve, can you do some math here? What's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? What's 7? What's 7 times 30? And what's 7 times
20.
30? What was that? 7 times 30? How much is that?
21. Is that 2100?
2100. I don't know if it's 2100.
210? Is it 210?
What was that?
Did you say 7 times 30?
7 times 30.
Yeah, 210.
Yeah, 210. That's $210 times 8 times 13%, because we live in Canada.
Oh, that's high tax.
Oh, dude, we are
yeah, don't even
drowning.
start with that.
We are drowning here, brother.
So that's That's an extra $10 almost.
Yeah. So, I got a calculator. I just got one. So let's see here. 30 times 7 is correct. 210 times 1.13 for a grand total of $237.30. So remember that number, okay? $237.30. Basically $240, okay? So watch
Five
this.
of him.
I've already got one, so I'm not going to bother picking that one up. But yeah, you'd never know that these things were here unless you came back this way. Watch this. So if anybody's looking for these, they're here at the Stouffville Walmart. Okay. Now watch this. Crazy. Well, I noticed something. Look everywhere. People. Did you see that? Did you see that swing around I just did?
Yeah.
Read what I said there.
No,
Notice
the same person.
Go for my shoulder again. I tried looking around. See, that's why I did that swing, right? I don't usually do that in my videos, but this dude was hanging around me, and I was like, "Why is this dude hanging around me?" Right? Like that's creepy as f, right? But I didn't really think about it at the time, so I went ahead, kept going.
He disappeared.
Did my toy hunt.
Much else
So I went to the next aisle.
in the WWE section.
You know what I mean? I started doing more hunting,
More massive universe.
and then check this out.
Marvel.
So I'm gonna
Weapon X.
fast forward a little bit because I
Right now.
okay, wait, yeah, those super
Yeah,
cool.
that much more.
Okay,
Better
here, check
check
check this out. So what? Yeah, watch this. Listen to this.
All right. Yeah, not much more else to write home about. Okay, I guess we'll get going.
So I had a hunch and decided to check on those Star Wars figures. When I got back to the shelf, this happened. I was literally just here, and see that? all of the Star Wars figures are
in the
gone.
house.
Ahsoka's. Oh my god! Like seriously, what the hell happened? Scalper Sam's real, guys. I swear to God, he was just here. He was hanging around me when I was looking at those figures, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, "All right, well, I'll show everybody where they are," and then now they're gone. I'm gonna see if I can catch up to him in line. Maybe we'll catch him while trying to check out. I don't know. Fuck me, crazy.
Jay, he thought you were a scalper.
hell?
He's like, oh no, he's just a streamer.
I can't
We
believe
wait
it.
for him
I
to finish his
seriously
video, and
can't
then
believe
just-
that. Yeah, but I ran this guy down, man. I ran.
Holy crap.
See, now I'm actually on the hunt. I'm looking for this guy.
No,
That's
you're-
him.
You're on it, dude.
That's the guy who took all of the figures. You can see them in the bag right there.
Oh shoot.
Holy crap. I just can't believe that. I started chasing him, but he was too far away. By the time I got outside, he was out of sight. Can't believe that. I seriously cannot believe I just saw that happen. Yeah, I tried to
cleaned
chase
them
him
out.
down, but man, he was too fast for me. Holy shit. I gotta lose some weight. That's the problem. I actually saw that happen.
No, you're
Right
fast,
in front of
man.
me.
He was just too fast. Some people
I
are just too
couldn't-
fast, man.
Holy shit.
And he knew you had a camera, so he
Guys,
wasn't trying to
that's
get caught
not cheap.
on camera.
That's $30, 30, 60, 90, 120. Holy crap. 150, 180. You're gonna see how bad my math is. Holy crap. $210 worth of figures. Oh god, I got it.
You're
I
actually
actually
pretty
just
good.
like that. I can't believe that.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Like, bro, Scalper Sam is real, man. He exists. Scalper Sam is real, and
Scalper Sam.
and yeah, that was my dude, I'm original, okay? Like way before Hatter was doing his Flipper Frank, I had Scalper Sam way back in the day, bro. Way back in the day, I was talking about Scalper Sam. So Hatter, you got that? No, I'm just kidding. But
Scalpor, right? I mean,
yeah,
people have said
Scalpor, exactly.
Scalper
Scalpor.
Sam can kind of
That's right.
take some
Scalpor.
lessons right
That's
there.
exactly what we're talking about. But yeah, man, freaking mofo, man. He freaking took off like a bat out of hell. He saw me coming, man. I was like, he freaking got in his car and just like drove the f away, man. It was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy. But by the way, I'm just gonna say it this way: please don't do what I just did there, guys. Like you, don't... We're in Canada. That people do have guns, but it's very rare, especially when you're in Markham. But let me tell you, don't do that in America, please, because you're probably gonna get shot. Okay, it's probably not a good idea. Just so that so that I don't get myself in trouble here. That's
Toy flippers
just-
take it serious,
it's just-
you know.
it's just absolutely great. Yeah, man, that's like Flipper Frank, man. Like,
Don't
oh my
call him
gosh,
out.
just crazy, just crazy. Um, looking at what Greg's doing right now, it's just freaking awesome. And we got some comments here. Green Fog RC, a scalper in the wild, outstanding footage. Which you wish you could have set up trail cams in the toy aisle. Oh,
Catch
dude,
him in the act.
I was a young pup back then, man. I didn't have this scraggly beard. It was during the height of the pandemic. It was crazy, man. You saw the mask, and it's kind of funny, Today we don't even flinch. We don't even flinch at seeing a mask on people anymore. But back in the day when you had that kind of, people were like, "Are you here to rob the store? Like, what are you doing, man? Like, seriously, it was some weird ass shit that was going on back then, man. Like the
It was
world has
crazy.
changed so
It's
much.
crazy.
It's just changed so much. It's crazy. Really quickly though, Gilly, talk us a little bit about Grom, and well, wrong one. That's not what I wanted to show.
Scalper Sword strikes.
Yeah, scalper stream of sex. That was the name of the video. Talk to us a little bit about the Galactic Rodents of Mayhem. Lot of things have been going on with your books. How did you come up with this concept, and what can we expect from future releases?
Yeah, I was at a time where I was doing a lot of horror centric stuff. I did a western, and I'm like, I want to do something fun. I just wanted to do something fun. I mean, I know I'm capable of doing something fun, and I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm like, that's it. I'm like, I'm gonna do something that calls on my childhood. And Sebastian Navas, who's the main artist on Grom at the time, I'm like, let's do Grom. Let's do something that's gonna tap into our love of comics, our love of video games, our love of everything, pretty much. And I was just thinking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and he said, "Okay, I like this." He's like, "Let's use capybaras as our main animal." And again, for me, I didn't know at the time what a capybara was, and what sold me on the idea of capybaras was basically Sebastian said they're the most chill animal in the world. That's what he said, and he said they even get along with crocodiles. And I Googled it, and I found so many images with capybaras just hanging with crocodiles. I said, that was it. The names came to me: Bash, Ripple, Mona Lisa. It says it's going to be a trio. They're going to have a lizard father finger, a reptilian father finger, kind of like the turtles. Have a rat as their father figure. I said these capybaras are going to have a lizard, a reptile as their father figure, and then things were just synergizing. It became kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles kind of like had this crazy love child, a capybara love child, and out came Galactic Rodents of Mayhem, and we just had fun with the property. We even have our own TMNT doppelganger in the comic. They're called the Shinobi Turtles of Doom. I think we even did a homage cover honoring the TMNT. So yeah, this is kind of like a comic where you just kind of want to just go back to the days of where stories were fun, good against evil, and you just went along for the ride. As a kid, I remember just so many, watching GI Joes, Transformers. I mean, every episode you just got lost in this, the good against the evil. And for me, the bad guys, I don't know. I mean, I love the good guys, but I always was drawn to the villains. So I made sure Grom has some outstanding villains, and it's a work of love. Kind of like what Hatter's doing with his Flipper toy, right? He's channeling that energy into a toy. Kind of like that's what I wanted to do with Grom and channel that into a comic book. And who knows if it could ever become something more. I think it has potential to be, like an animated thing or video game. Definitely enough action figure fodder if you get to see the cool characters we come up with. And it's just that's Dark Raider. That's our main villain. So what can I say? It's fun, man, and it's hard to do a new IP now because I know it's just hard. It's risky to just do something new. So my thing was like, I want to do something new, but I want people to just feel welcomed right when I want them to feel warm. I want them to feel like, hey, you know what? This is new, but I could hang with this. This is I know this, because again, I'm touching up on that nostalgia. I just want to kind of like repackage it in something new, a new IP. I kind of want to divvy out that same good vibes I got watching Ninja Turtles and stuff through Galactic Rodents of Mayhem. And it's a beautiful looking book. It's definitely worth more eyes and exposure. We did have a publisher at one point. It was an indie publisher. It didn't work out. It wasn't mutually beneficial as promised. And I said, you know what, we'll fly solo until we could get that partnership if we can get it again. But if not, I do it in the underground. This is kind of what we do in the indie comics game. We just throw out cool stuff. Like the guys are talking about Atrium. They could do another IP if they want. If you guys want it, they'll bring, we'll keep the story going. So I got like 8 different IPs I've worked with. Grom is one that it just really touches my heartstrings. And I hope we can keep it going long. We got the spinoff coming out, which is featuring the frog duo, the Yunkai Warriors. So again, if you guys like comic books, you'll love Galactic Ordinance of Mayhem, pretty much.
The art's amazing.
I was blessed to have Sebastian Navas on there. He is amazing, and he's a powerhouse. I mean, if he can't, I mean, that's one thing about art. There's so much like, okay, story, versus art. I mean, could a good story carry bad art? Could good art carry a bad story? Like, I'm just gonna tell you this: with Galactic Ordinance of Mayhem, you will have a great story with outstanding artwork, and it's an underdog story. These are guys that should be working in the big two, but the big two is as crowded as it can be. It's kind of like a fraternity. It's very hard to get just included in with the big boys. So I'm just showing, hey, I have the talent. I have a team that's just as capable, and we just do it in the underground. And who knows? Ace with Ramen Toys say maybe Grom figures. Maybe we build our audience. Maybe we could get to that point. That would be great. But everything is numbers. Everything is just building up an audience, and I have fun doing this, and I just want to keep on doing it because creating comics is insanely costly. Because Sebastian does amazing work, but he needs a pay rate. He can't do that pro bono. It's just it's just hard. So that's why I love platforms like Kickstarter and Indiegogo or crowdfunding, your GoFundMe's, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be able to raise 6 figures over 10 years in self-publishing my own comic book. So I'm thankful to all the backers who supported my work, people who haven't found my stuff. Hopefully you'll see it and you see what we're all about. But this is an underdog story, and I love creating comics. It's what it's all about.
It really was it really is amazing, Gilly. And your latest when are you launching your latest campaign? Because it looks like this one is set to launch in a few weeks. Is that correct, or is it?
Yeah, I ain't even trying to get in Flip War's way at all. So once the Flip War campaign wraps up, I think April 1st, April Fools, I'll maybe a week or 2 weeks later, I'll throw a Duo out there. And the cool thing with Duo is that if you missed out on Grom, we got the first 4 issues available with Grom. If you just want to check out Duo's story by himself, you can do that. If you want to check that out and get Grom, if you missed out on Grom, you can catch up. So it's the Grom universe, the Gromverse, basically just showing our anthropomorphic universe, how it ticks, what to expect. And if you're looking for a place to get lost, if you're looking for an escape, join up, saddle up. It's going to be fun because what I love doing is storytelling, and comic books for me is the best medium for storytelling. Your picture's worth 1,000 words. So imagine all them comic book panels across a couple pages. Like it's the best. It's a blueprint. It's a blueprint to film, blueprint to animation, storyboarding. Everything starts with comics. So that's my love right there.
Awesome, thank you, Gilly. Really appreciate that. And of course, definitely when it hits the screen, we will be covering Grom Universe. And this brand new, what was the project's name again, Gilly?
This guy is Duo, the Yunkai Warrior, and he'll be part of the Grom universe. It's a long frog, journeys a cold road of vengeance, determined to eliminate the hubristic leader of Shadowgate, a fat, vile, ruthless duck. Right, them damn evil ducks, right? So guys, it's fun. That's all I'm gonna say. And Jay, thank you for allowing me the coverage here to talk about it.
Yeah, no, brother. This is what the channel's for, man. This is to discover new talent and really to highlight some of the great creators that we have in our community, man. Like this is why we as a community, everybody, just to remind everybody, not that anybody needs reminding, but we as a community here, it's hard enough to stand out on your own. So I've always felt that it's just the right thing to do to help out the people, who need a voice. You know what I mean? Who actually could use a helping hand, if you will. Not that they should need it, but just because sometimes people just don't have that opportunity. So if I can in some small way give somebody props at least a little bit with my audience, and try to maybe give you guys who are watching right now, 31 of you guys in watching the stream now, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. We really do appreciate it. And of course, if you guys are interested in any of this artwork, please check out Atrium on Kickstarter. Please check out Galactic Rodents of Mayhem on Kickstarter. You can also look up Gilly Red's comics, or you can look up Comics Asylum. Is it a Comics Asylum Publishing or Comics Asylum? What is it?
The book
under now?
Atrium's coming out of Comics Asylum Publishing, but we also do Comics Asylum, which is our kind of our media site.
Yes.
Where we pub all sorts of books. So, like, Gilly, if you have any kind of promotional material or any press releases, send them our way and we'll put it up on our site.
Wow. Hell yeah, Comics Asylum.
Yeah.
Will do, brother.
It's a
Appreciate
wonderful. It was a magazine at one point, and
Yeah.
I think they're still publishing digitally. So just like yourself, Gilly, the hustle is real. Again, just always trying to help out. People. Wonderful creators who are trying to get it out there, man. Like, seriously, it's a dog eat dog world out there, and any help that I can provide, or with my modest audience, I really do want to help out. You know what I mean? That's not just because we're friends. It would have been if I see some potential in somebody, I always want to try and help out. So it's always a great pleasure to see these guys. As a matter of fact, on that, guys, please don't forget, definitely check out Atrium. They're so close to their goal, everybody. So close to their goal. 4,310. I think
good.
I think that jumped a little, actually. I'm not sure if it did or not, but I think a little bit of an additional pledge, maybe. They're so close now. Only $500 away, really, from their goal. So close. And literally, it says here 90% completed. So this is issues 1 through 3, Atrium, an action suspense thriller. And again, guys, we have some really great artwork and of course storytelling going along with this. A little bit of a teaser here. No commentary, obviously, but this is the issue 2 preview. Some great work here. Trying to get somebody a heart transplant, and everything just goes sideways. I mean, like,
that's crazy.
it's just absolutely.
That sounds like something I need to watch too.
Yeah, it's a great.
That's all about comics, man. Comics are great, just pitches, man. This is that sounds wow.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun making it, and Jay, thanks for giving us the opportunity to kind of spread the word on it. And anybody who is a fan of movies like The Transporter or Pelham 123, parts of this series is for you. But if you like all out action, and I'm gonna just drop it here because we're almost done. If you like a little bit of horror, this also has it for you as well too. So there's like, we have 5 issues. Every issue ends on a cliffhanger, and they're just twists after twist after twist. So you're gonna maybe expect certain things going in, but we're doing our best to kind of amp the action up, as well as keep readers kind of off balance a little bit with where we're taking the story.
Sorry about that, guys. I just knocked my.
Everyone was like, it was good dramatic effect. It was awesome.
It's like boom
in a world. Boom.
I'm excited, guys. I'm excited.
The artwork is good too. You guys got a good artist on this.
Yeah, we're really lucky. He's actually out of Brazil. Lucas, I discovered him on Twitter.
Beautiful.
And it was just by fluke. I was just scrolling through, and someone had put out an all call for artists, I guess, for a project. And Lucas had responded to that tweet and was part of that thread. Fun. And when I saw him, I was like, guys, I went to Greg, and the rest of the team. I was like, what do you think of this guy? And we liked him. And it just has been a match made in heaven, because he's bringing his own kind of flair to the series. Like Gilly, this. Your artist is like 70%, right? Or the art team, because the colors as well too, right?
They amplify it and
they totally amplify it. Like, the story's a story, right? But when you get the art, because I've always said art and colors are like cast and your special effects team. So if the colors are special effects, then the artist is the cast. So if you can get a A-list kind of cast for your movie, helps it get, over the finish line in terms of audience appreciation and thrill factor. And we were really lucky with Lucas, and he's easy to talk to, great to kind of come up with his own ideas. Said, hey, what about this? He's been a joy. And our colorist Mike and Nikos, who actually color for Savage Dragon for Image, they're amazing too. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've been really fortunate with our team, and we have one hell of a letterer. I cannot leave our letterer out of this. Our letterer is amazing. It's Greg.
Don't sleep on the lettering, man. Just
cannot sleep
balloons.
on the lettering.
Yeah, letterers are that's that glue.
Yes.
Okay, art and everything could do so much, but just bubble placement and just SF sound effects, just
exactly.
Don't even sleep. Letterers are unsung heroes.
Absolutely, exactly. They're as important a part of the team. You know what I almost equate them to? If you're watching a film, they're almost like the sound team. So they there's sound design is so important in a film, but you don't really notice it all the time. And I think we take lettering and letters for granted, but we can't. Like, they are integral to getting the story across.
This is great, Jay. When you off air, whatever, send me the link so I can plug this too on my Twitter, on social media and Twitter. I got a decent following on Twitter, and I'm always tweeting out other projects and stuff. So
absolutely,
you
guys should
appreciate it. Yeah, and send us yours too, right? Because then we can do it on our end as well too for yours.
You guys should definitely connect. I'll connect both of you guys. We'll after the stream we'll have a quick chat. But yeah, always great to connect. Guys. I mean, if it wasn't for me meeting Gilly, our campaign would not have gone as well as it did. I mean, Gilly set everything up.
No, but I did a little wisdom there that I did, but yeah, it was a good team, man. I'm a little.
No, the team is what's important, guys. Like I will say this: if you're trying to do a Kickstarter on your own, I suggest you find some help, because there's just too many things that can go wrong and too quickly. So the more people you have on deck to try and alleviate those problems, the faster you're going to be able to get things going. So guys, nothing was built. No, a town doesn't get built by one person. A town gets built by so many individuals. You can't. It takes a village to raise a child. You ever heard that saying? It's true, right? It is true. It's very, very difficult to do anything these days. King Panther, Jay. So you're hinting that figure 2 for Hatter maybe scalp percent. What the hell? Oh, Noel, you kill me, brother. You know what? You never know. You never know. If there's a wave 2, who knows, right? Anything's possible. Anything's possible. But nobody wants a Mega J Retro figure. You guys got to stop saying that. That's just stupid. You guys are being dumb. Don't do that anymore. I'm just kidding. But seriously, please stop. Silver Surfer. It's not about free. Okay, no, that's not one. Green Frog RC. Capybaras and Capybarette concept is great. The comic does look wicked. Thank you, Green Frog. You got some fans there, Gilly.
Oh yeah. Green Frog. You'll like the campaign we're doing about our Green Frog. Guaranteed.
Sweet. Lar A. Hubristic. Nice word selection. Definitely don't hear that every day. Heck, I don't hear that word used more than once every decade.
Hubris. I don't know. It's just like that describes the duck, in our thing. He's the head of Shadowgate. It's our seedy operation that does all this black market stuff across the universe, which is connected to our militant government, military in our story. So yeah, hubristic is just a word that came out. Note for hubristic. Wow.
Too funny, man. But there's a lot of hubris going around these days. So don't too many. Sometimes too much. Dave Sinelli, did I miss anything good, brother? You arrived just in time. You arrived just in time to see this amazing artwork by Gregory Parkin. Doing his thing. Right. Next time we're going to get Steve Bynoe to grace us with some of his art. His gorgeous artwork. For sure. And maybe we can convince them to give away something for people. I don't know. We'll see how that works. Wookie Sasquatch. Somebody should make some generic citizen packs that we could use as Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen, etc. that don't look beefed up, average looking people that could easily be customized. Well, Wookiee Sasquatch, a good friend of the channel, was trying to get that going. And you should support him once he tries again. Shartimus Prime was doing the Street Humans, and I think he's going to try and introduce female versions of those as well. So definitely, I personally would definitely be supporting Shartimus Prime, not because we know each other, but because I think the concept is great. I just think it needs a little bit more support. And the Mad Hatter and myself and a lot of us, Gilly, we're all going to be supporting Shartimus Prime on his next attempt,
Right on.
because he came so close. He came so close this time, but sometimes again, there's a lot of luck involved. There's a lot of luck involved. So yeah, and I think every campaign just needs a help and a little bit of a leg up, just to get it across the finish line. So, Wookiee Sasquatch Guy at a newspaper stand, delivery people. We get it, Wookiee Sasquatch. We get it. You want some civilian? You want some civvies? We get it. Green Frog. Some Jane and Dove figs could be handy as well. 100%, guys. And again, check out Street Humans on Kickstarter, guys. It didn't make its funding goal this time around, but trust me, it's going to come back. It's going to come back.
It'll be back. That's a good thing. You fail, you just try again.
Yeah, never, guys. The old saying is true. Failure is the best teacher. Okay, if you keep failing, you keep learning. Okay, so don't be afraid to fail. That's just a life lessons from your mom and your dad and everybody else in between.
And Mega J, if you
and Mega J Retro. Mega J Retro's talking. Go ahead and fail. It's okay. Keep failing, everybody. Keep failing. Dave Sinelli, the last man on Eternia lives in a fortress. The last man on Eternia has an arsenal of weapons. The last man on Eternia is hunting because the last man on Eternia is not alone. The Omega He-Man. You know what, Dave? You might have something there. I think you might have something there. That's an interesting little movie trailer I'd like to see. I would like to see that. Checking in on Mr. Greg Parkin. This is looking badass. Oh my gosh! Like in the time that we've been here, just chagging up, Mr. Parkin has just made some magic happen. Definitely would love to see this. You know what, Gilly? I think we're probably gonna make a request to Asylum Comics to allow us to use this on something. I don't know. Maybe it's a maybe it's a packaging design. I don't know. Maybe some posters. I don't know. What do you think, Gilly? What do you think?
No, I mean, yeah, packaging design could work. Posters could work. I mean, if you get hands in the original sketch, maybe a giveaway or something could work. Between certain new backers, or you could do a lot with that. It's a beautiful piece, and he's putting his touches on the scooper right there. So I love it. I love it. Every artist's take on Flipboard, I love it. It's just giving more life to the character. And I think when people put their spin on things, it makes it more tangible for me. I just this is a thing. So maybe even encourage people if they do art, just on the social, share it out, share your Flipboard art. Maybe we'll do something with it. I mean, you can't hurt to get more art. And Greg's killing it with this one. Absolutely,
100%. I'd love to see Steve's take on the character. I'd love to see, as Billy said, I'd love to see everybody's take on a Flipboard. You know what I mean? See what people can come up with. Again, this project, for what it is, we'll just do a quick check on it right now. See how it's doing. I wasn't going to, but you might as well since we're talking about it. So Flipboard right now. Actually, we might as well talk about this, Gilly. We actually had two new.
Wow! Look, 126.
Yeah, my God! Oh my! Holy crap! That's insane!
Wow!
Oh my God! That's crazy. 126, 698.
Wow,
guys! I just thank you guys. Thank everybody.
That's amazing.
Who's been here and supported this project? Like
with 22 days to go,
I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it, guys. I just can't believe it. I mean, when if please don't watch that. But anyway, I did a live stream a couple of days ago, and I couldn't hold it. I couldn't hold it in. I kind of broke down on that live stream when we turned over to 100,000. Like that was just I'd never been part of something like that, and I was so fortunate to be doing the live stream at the time because I had a feeling, it was gonna surpass or gonna hit the 100,000. So yeah, super excited. I gotta update this. It should say 120 now.
Oh man, because crazy, right? It's steadily the needle's moving where it's gotta keep up.
and 936 backers. Thank you guys. You know, when we Gilly, when we hit 1,000 backers, I think if we hit 1,000 backers, I think we should definitely do something special for all our backers. We should do something.
To commemorate that.
And
Would be
yeah,
great.
that's the 22 days to go. Holy crap! I did want to say, guys. That new bonus unlocks happened today. Some very exciting bonus unlocks. We have a customizer's dream bonus number 4, which if you ever wanted to customize your own action figure, a lot of people do this with current action figures, but it's such a chore having to bleach off all the paint, having to get it to a certain matte degree so you can actually work with it. So this is an awesome option for customizers. If you ever wanted to create your own barbarian type 5.5-inch figure, we're giving you the tools to do it. It's basically he's ready to go. You can pick him up right now, and you can just start right away applying. You don't in a sense you don't even have to prime him. You can just put some paint right on top of this character and just start going to town. Adding new features to him and just making custom versions of Flipboard yourself. So amazing new unlock. He's not any different in price. He's $49, just like all the other figures. So, guys, if you're interested, if you're a customizer yourself, consider picking up a Flipboard today. And
Someone's gonna get that and do an amazing job. Someone's gonna do that and share it out, and we're just gonna be like, "Wow!"
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to all the customs that are coming out. They're going to come out, after this. I'm looking forward to people trying to flip their customs. It's going to be hilarious. And then what's actually, you want to see something funny? I got this in the email yesterday. I cannot believe this. Check this out, guys. I went on eBay.com. I got this in my email. eBay.com. If you type in Flipboard, you're not going to believe this. This is about as meta as it gets, guys.
Already?
Check this out. Okay, where did let's tell Flipboard. There he is.
No way.
There he is. $1,500.
No way.
$1,500.
Wow.
Oh,
Don't be surprised. Once they're gone, they're gone. It's gonna be the only way you're gonna get it through eBay.
But eagle-eyed viewers will notice if you guys take a quick look at his handle.
Frank loves his mom.
Flipper Frank is on the scene, everybody. Flipper Frank is flipping Flipboard. Flipper Frank is on the scene, everybody.
Good.
Oh my gosh. He's taking buy it now. He's taking add to cart. He's even taking best offers. He's taking offers, brother. There's the face. There's the face of a flipper right there, man. Flipper Frank is large and in charge. But this is what's crazy. This is what's really crazy, everybody. This is what's really crazy. 37 people are watching this freaking.
No, wow.
37 people are watching this.
Wow.
This is ridiculous.
That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
37 people are watching this. Let's read the description. The description must be hilarious. Where do we got here? Where's the description? Here we go. Get ready to get the deal of a lifetime. That's it. If Kickstarter funds, up for pre-order is this awesome Flipboard bundle with 2 bots and exclusive head of Flipper Frank. And it's open on as it's the first on eBay. You can't say you can say you got the first one. Yes, there's a bit of a markup here, but if you think about the collectible value going down the line, you're actually going to steal from me. Plus, eBay fees are high, but you know what's not high? The shipping costs $5 flat fee.
Wow.
You can't beat that. Hell, I might be losing money on this, but before I do all the math and adjust the math and make the price even higher, grab this pre-order ASAP. Also, if you want to know more about this item, I guess you can go here to this Kickstarter project. Hell, I'll even sign it if you want. Do a little sketch. I'm crazy like that. Bid with confidence. Note, this is a pre-order, not live in hand. Goodbye.
This is good.
This is almost like an
meta.
SCTV skit from back in the day.
And you know Frank loves his mom. Let's see let's check the bidding history on Frank's listing here. He has absolutely no history. He's only listed one item in his.
He's got 6 followers though.
He's got 6 followers.
Wow. Oh yeah.
Oh my God. It's been rated 5 stars.
That's good.
He
What's
got
a
them.
classic?
He's got those shills putting up the stars already, man. Oh,
And comments too, reviews already.
wait. Here we go. Love this character, even though he has web feet and looks slightly inbred. Great figure. Finally owns Zedek. This is a must character you must own to complete your Masterverse collection. Get it now. This figure fits in great with the Masterverse and Classics line. Oh my god.
That's true.
Oh my god. This is crazy.
You know what? The genius of this as well too is like you guys are having so much fun doing this. It's not just like grinding out, making the product. You guys are having so much fun in connecting with your fan base, producing it, watching the Kickstarter absolutely blow up, but also just enjoying the entire process. Like it's like kudos to you guys. Kudos.
Thank you, Steve. You know, it's been a crazy road. Pardon me, guys. Oh my gosh. Gilly, I mean, we've been at this a year? I mean, like, you know,
maybe even longer.
This is like
since the last Chinese New Year.
You know,
it's leading up into that.
Yeah, brother, it's been crazy, right? It's been crazy. I mean, like, you came into the project about a month and a half in. You know what I mean? And it's just been a roller coaster, right? It's had its ups and downs, right? We've had periods where nothing was getting done, right? For one reason or another.
And almost you felt like, is this going to really happen?
Yeah, no,
and then it just started like dominoes started falling.
Yeah,
and then
you know,
led
we were
to
all
the March date.
Gilly's right. We were there was a time where we were like, is this ever gonna go? Like, and you know, Hatter was always like, guys, we got to get this done this week, and that didn't happen. He goes, guys, we got to get started on this now. Didn't happen, right? And everything just came to the point where we were all sort of questioning, is like, you know, what's happening here, right? But then finally, you know, at the beginning of the new year, it was just like, guys, we got to do this, or it's never going to get done. And you know, we pulled up our big boy pants. Got everything organized, you know, started really getting a headway on this. Files got sent to Ace over at Rum and Toy. You know, he spec'd them out. He makes sure that everything was good. And out pops a prototype. We're like, where the hell did that come from? And he's like, go get this out here, right? And I'm like, oh, you know what? Now we can do something. We have something in hand. We can, because that's actually, if you guys don't know, that's actually one of the requirements for toys. A working prototype is actually a requirement to actually get your project approved. It's different from comics, right? Comics,
right?
You can show a portfolio in comics, and you can probably get started, right? But with toys, you actually have to have a working prototype, like at least something like a printout or something, right? 3D print. It has to be done, right? I think they'll even accept 3D renders, but again, they have to be very far along the process before they'll greenlight it. So, yeah, so it's been quite the long road, and I want to thank everybody, you know, who's watching, and everybody who supported the Flipboard campaign. It's just been an absolute incredible learning experience for myself. Gilly, thank you so much for all your hard work. You know, huge thanks to Renders Effects, you know, for all the amazing 3D renderings that he's been pumping out. Huge shout out to Toy Stalker, you know what I mean. Huge shout out to Ramen Toy, of course, for giving us his expertise and just really just holding our hands, because we had no idea what we were doing, just no idea whatsoever. And of course, Gilly, for leading us through this Kickstarter thing, man. Like, we had no idea until you came along what the heck to do, right? Like, we didn't know how to set it up. We didn't know anything about business numbers and, you know, all that kind of crazy
taxes,
jazz.
all the
tax.
but,
Oh, that's the thing,
like,
right? Like, I remember, like you know,
nonsense.
just for an inside anecdote, before Gilly came on the project, we're like, yeah, we can do this for X number of dollars. Then Gilly comes in and just basically throws cold water on all of us and goes, have you guys thought about taxes? We're like, taxes? We're like, what taxes? And then they're like, yeah, you know, taxes. You got to pay taxes. And they're like, okay, taxes. And then we get the taxes in there. Then Gilly's like, oh yeah, what about the fees? What about the Kickstarter fees? And we're like, Kickstarter fees? What are you talking about, Kickstarter fees? So they were like, oh crap! And this is bigger than we thought, right? But those are the things that people don't think about when they start Kickstarters, right? Crowdsourced projects. They think that, you know what, the money you make is the money you get. No. There's a huge There's a huge beast behind that, and if you don't think about those expenses, you're going to be owing money. It's going to be crazy. You're going to start a Kickstarter campaign. You're going to owe money at the end.
There's a lot of Kickstarter campaigns that had big promises and just they fell through and they haven't delivered on what they promised. So people probably thinking that we're just like, hey, let's do toys, right? And it's like you said, Jay, Ace is holding our hands. So Mad Hatter had a great idea. We all put into this project, but people on the outside looking in are just thinking like, they probably just think we just come out of nowhere with nothing, with no foresight or just no hindsight or no thought into it. But like we said, how long we were into this, and we didn't even think it was going to happen because we were doing all the preliminary thinking and calculations to get things done. And we feel like, okay, so we didn't just come into this, without thinking. As I don't know, people probably think. Don't do research. We did tons of research, and I don't even know. We'll have because look like this. Once we fund, right? We did that already. Now it's trying to get momentum to the campaign, which is another thing, and then the fulfillment is going to be another thing. Once we get all these Flipboard figures, dude, right? Ralph's garage is this like
I feel sorry for Ralph,
them.
and I'm gonna take a flight down there and help him. You know what I mean? Like
I'm gonna drive up. I'm in the Florida area. I'll drive up, but yes, it's how many backers you said? Almost 1,000.
We're at no.
Some of them got multiple. No, but we're close. We're past 900.
We're getting very, very close. We're not that close. We're not that close. Jesus Christ. No,
900 backers.
No. I meant that we're not 1,500 back. No, we're oh my God! It just jumped again. Did you see that?
There you go.
Oh my God! 126.
There you go.
Jesus.
And if these backers each back more than one Flipboard, so it's not just 936 Flipboards with all the variants and everything.
So Gilly, I did the numbers. I'll share. I'll just share them out here. A little bit for you, just for everybody. So at present, all the single figures we're close to 500 on the single figures. All right, that's Stealth Flipboard, Gold Flipboard, Glow in the Dark Flipboard. All those combined, we're in and around 500 figures. But this is the number that's staggering. This is the number that's scary as hell. The bundled 3-packs, Gilly, can you believe this? We're zoning in. We're actually approaching 400 3-packs.
Oh my God!
400 3-packs.
That's incredible.
400 3-packs.
So I don't know if you guys have answered this. Packaging.
Okay. So I can't talk too much about packaging, but as you know, Steve, I'm a graphic designer, and let's just okay. Fuck it. All right, we have packaging ready to go. All right, we have packaging ready to go. Hatter and I spent a whole evening just putting it together. Gilly's already seen it, so he knows what it's about. I think a lot of people are gonna really it's gonna be a laugh riot. It's gonna be the most funniest thing. It's gonna be let me tell you, everything that you think about the packaging, you're wrong. Okay, everything you think is gonna be on the packaging,
that's good.
You're wrong. Okay, let's just put it that way. You're wrong. If you guys can hold down the fort, I'll be right back. But guys, keep talking. I'm gonna put it back on Greg, and you guys just continue. I'll be right back.
All right.
So Gilly, what's your process like when you're doing your books? Do you kind of like just do like a
Hold on. We lost Greg.
Yeah, we did lose Greg.
We lost Greg. What happened?
Greg?
Yeah.
We lost you.
Yeah. Did your phone die? Okay, you guys.
Well, we'll see if we can get him back.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, no worries. But Gilly, what's your process when you're doing a book? Do you have it all planned out? Do you have the scripts totally locked down, or do you kind of see how it goes when you've done the first issue and then go, oh, okay, I can take it this way? Like, how locked in is your creative process before you even get to pencils and the rest of it?
All right. So with Grom specifically, once once I kind of knew we were doing capybaras, and once I kind of got things were flying from there. I kind of just had kind of like an outline of where I wanted to take things, and then things came to me. I just started writing out what would be our first volume, which was 110 pages, and I wrapped it up there. And in the process, maybe towards the end, we're getting towards page 100 something. You said the artist always amplifies. We had a fight scene in there. Sebastian was like, "We're gonna need some more action pages." I'm like, "Now you're speaking my language." So it's something about like action in comic books, right? Like manga. I don't know if you read a lot of manga, but some of the manga is like the action is more drawn out, and I love that. And I know in comics, American comics, it's like, okay, we need the next issue. We're limited to a certain page count, so it's only one big punch flying over here, one bit. But there's build up to those moments. So when we came to that and we stretched it out a bit, that was great. Now to answer your question, I haven't done superheroes yet. Okay, superheroes is where comic books came from, right? I mean, it was superhero stories. How the hell have I not jumped into superheroes? So it's crazy. So I jumped into superheroes. I got one superhero story. I love Spider-Man. I'm sure you do, right? So it's my little homage, so to speak, with a female spider-centric character. I'm calling it the Marvelous Miss Spider. So there, again, how to make things different, how to make it not too derivative, how to do it where you're showing love but making something fresh. If you look at Madam Web, that thing tanked, but they took a certain story arc that was done by Straczynski, and I love that arc with Ezekiel. I don't know if you read that. It's so well done that I'm like, okay, I want to kind of tap into this with my own character. The first issue was done. Second issue is done. I'm in the middle of the third issue, and then I just stopped. Right? So I don't always have the answers. I don't always. Sometimes I need like a jolt of energy. I need something to just come in. So I kind of got it there because the artist already finished the first issue. He's on halfway through the second issue. So I'm like, okay, once he gets to the third issue, I got to challenge myself to finish the third issue. Where am I going to go with it? What am I going to do? I try to look at what could be different. And we all read superhero stuff. We all seen so I don't have a process. I wish I could say like I have this go-to way, but I think that's what makes everyone's approach different. Steve, are you the writer on Atrium?
Yeah.
All right. How did you when you did Atrium? What was your,
Atrium is an interesting story because the story behind the story, it's kind of like this is like the third iteration or fourth iteration of what the story could be. And so for reasons that I won't get into here, we changed artists and had to then change the story based on sometimes creative differences, sometimes time, and then sometimes something will come up that's published and it's like, oh my goodness, that's ours. So then we're like, okay, we gotta change that. Greg, can you mute your? Thanks.
Greg is back.
He's back. He's found the dilithium crystals are working inside of his phone.
Good to have you back, Greg. Oh
yeah,
man,
welcome back.
Nice.
That's looking nice, buddy. It's looking nice.
Can you guys see it?
Yeah, we can see it. But for me, I like to kind of do almost like a beat sheet. So I want to get all my beats in. And then I try to, because I draw, I also think about like how many panels can fit on this page.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I think about, and it depends on the artist that you are working with too. So if I'm drawing it, I know what I can fit on the page and make it work if I can see it already. Another artist may not see it that way. And then if you have someone who likes to draw big, and what I mean by that is big explosive action and doesn't really do the quiet moments as their go-to piece, then you have to have fewer panels in your pages.
It's so crazy how the artist, right, like could do so much. And you were an artist, you could see like, okay, I would do it like this. How is this artist going to do it, right?
Oh, absolutely. And that's happened with Atrium. So my co-writer Peter and I, we would have something planned out, and then I would envision it, and then I'd also do the dialogue, because I don't do it the Marvel way where it's like I do my dialogue last. It's kind of like this is because I write scripts as well too.
Mhm.
So it's like screenplay. So it's like, okay, I want them to say this, 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 and this on this page or whatever. And then you tweak it if the art comes back and you can't match based on what's been drawn. And usually the artist makes it better anyway, right?
Mhm.
So it's easier to change words than it is to change 2 or 3 panels. And, we'll get Lucas's stuff and it's like, okay, he didn't do what we wanted, but it's better.
He made it better. Yeah. That's the
It's
magic that
better.
not every artist has, and I've worked with many artists, and I've seen that. I've been fortunate enough with Sebastian Nauis, where I've had a little something, a little detail. He overrode that detail by adding something that I just didn't think, and I'm just like, wow, you made this crap so good, synergized so well, just such a smooth flow, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take. I can't take credit for that, but I'm like, that's just good. Like that's what you get when you work with a great artist, and I'm
Yeah.
glad that you guys found that with Lucas, because that's how you know you got a great artist.
Yeah.
Any artist that can do that, that's what. Okay, I'm gonna keep this guy for this project, or that's a great trait to have. You you said exactly what I've been there, man, and it's
Yeah.
so good to see.
Yeah, and I know they say that like when you make a movie, it's a miracle because you have all these moving parts. I also think that when you make a really good comic book, it's a bit of a miracle too. Like, and especially with us, we're in Canada, so Greg's here in Canada with me. We're here in Toronto. Our production designer is here in Toronto. He's in Hamilton, but just outside of Toronto. And then our artist is in Sao Paulo, and then our colors are in Greece. And so to put
Jeez, that's
all
like
of those, like, because you're going through, like, not everybody's first language is English, right? So everyone's fluent in English, but sometimes you get things lost in translation, right? And so it maybe lost when reading the script, or it's just something that you miss because you always interpret things differently. And half the time when Lucas gives me a page, I'm like, I didn't see it that way. And I don't know if it's like that sometimes when you're doing your scripting, or if you're talking to your artist. When I draw something, it doesn't come out the way that I thought in my brain,
all the
right?
time.
But then it's like, oh, okay, that's what that's going to look like. So when he kind of does the third interpretation of the original idea that the writers were coming up with, it sometimes is like, I didn't see it this way at all. Because I may have taken a lower angle, or I would have had more blacks, or I would have focused on this character, but it just works. And after a while, one of the keys that I've discovered is, as a writer, you just got to let go, right?
Yes.
Just let it go. That's out there for you, the artist, to kind of figure it out. And then the artist will put their spin on it based on our template. And then the colorist will lay on top of that. Then the letterer will lay on top of that. And then the audience decides. I'm a firm believer that the audience decides whether it's good or not.
If it's good. You said one thing about the lettering part, like, so the Marvel ways put the lettering at last.
They script it last.
They script it last. So you have the script first. I've worked where I have the script first, but you know how we see like things shift and change, where I'm like, I gotta change the lettering now.
Mm-hmm.
I've had it with our latest issue of Grom, our 5th issue. I've had where I had a certain angle going. But once I seen what Sebastian did, I'm like, I could totally go this way and add in even more like little jokes. I'm like, that's crazy. Like, so a good artist could do that, and then like that just shows how the evolution is with the comics as well, right? The process.
Oh, completely.
I'm sure you probably had a certain script in a certain way, but then Lucas flipped the script on you, but it worked better. You're like, okay, so I just got to change this one liner I had. I got to add that, like.
Yeah,
that's a beauty with just even just making comics, and it's not exactly how you envision, but it's just a process that just speaks when it's done, and when people get to digest it, makes for more commentary.
Yeah, it's like being in a band almost, right? Like an ensemble. It's an ensemble, but your drummer kind of sets the pace, right? And then your guitarist can come in, and then the vocalist comes in, and your bass player comes in. If you have a horn section, if you're lucky enough to have a horn section, if you like that, they all just layer everything. So it's almost like sedimentary storytelling, where everything is just piled on top, and then you've got this amazing, rich tapestry of narrative for everyone to kind of enjoy.
Comics, man. It's a beautiful
Comics.
thing. Jay, you're back. You're back.
Yeah, brother, I'm back. Sorry, but this my brother was visiting and he had to take off, so I just had to walk him out. So it's all good. Let's check on how Greg's doing.
great.
Riveting conversation here, guys. Really appreciate it. He's almost done. The line work, it's pretty much there, right? I mean, we got some shading that's got to be finished, but for the most part, I think we're about
coming out
80% right now, right? So yeah. So this is awesome, guys. Hanging out with good friends is always a lot of fun. Thank you guys for being here tonight.
Thanks for having us.
No, anytime, guys, anytime. And sharing the projects that we're all working on, it's just such a blessing. You know what I mean? To be able to have all of us in the same place together, just like chilling. We don't see nearly enough of each other. You know what I mean? Like we bump into each other at conventions once in a while. Greg, I think last time I saw Greg was like 6 years ago. I don't know. It's freaking crazy, man. Like Greg and I talk more online than we do in person. I mean, like, it's just like it's crazy. I'm just kidding. I think I saw Greg like a year ago. I think it was something we bumped into at a convention.
We went to a show.
Yeah, that's true. We did go to a show. that is true. We went to a fan expo. That's right. We were at fan expo. Scamming our way inside like we always do. It's so much fun. Aman has no idea we're there. It's always a fun time with Aman Gu. Let's see here. We got
Jay.
Yeah, what's going on, bro?
The little girl, she's still wide awake, and there's gonna be a lot of noise. So
I hear you.
I'm gonna have to duck out. I don't want to.
Okay, no worries. Gilly, thank you for being here tonight. Absolute pleasure as always. Bro, what are you working on? And just to reiterate, oh damn it, sorry, I did it again. See, sound effects, man, just freaking crazy. Gilly, walk us through it. Talk us a little bit before you log off. What are you working on, and how can people reach you, my friend?
Gilly Writes Comics. You can catch me on Instagram, Gilly_Writes_comics. Also on Twitter at Gilbert Deltrez. I got another Grom Universe spinoff with Duo, the Yunkai Warrior. If you don't know what that is, but if you like TMNT, Galactic Rodents of Mayhem is what you'll love. If you like Guardians of the Galaxy, Marvel Comics, you'll love what I'm doing here. If you like anime and manga, you like Cowboy Bebop vibes, you're going to love Galactic Rodents of Mayhem. You're going to love our new campaign. Check it out. Sign up, follow, see if you like it. And I just also want to thank Jay for having me here on the channel. I also want to thank Steve, Greg. It was amazing to chat with you again. And we'll definitely cross-contaminate our little audiences if we can. And I'll share your stuff on my Kickstarter as well. And to everyone who backed Flipboard, thank you so much. Jay is part of that ride. I'm a part of that ride. We're seeing the wave go and go and go and go and go. 126,000. It's going to... What is that? $13 from 127,000. This is crazy. Thank you guys so much for the support. I love being part of something like this. I always want to be part of a group. I always want to be part of like-minded people that just want to do crazy things and just break down doors and not follow mainstream the way. They'll follow the mainstream way, do it our own way. So I leave you guys with that. Mega J, till the next one. Anytime, guys. Gilly Writes Comics. Check it out. See, I got a little. What do I got? Look at all this cool art I'm doing here. Look at all these cool stories we got going on here. Galactic Rodents of Mayhem issue 1, 2, 3, 4, and we got some spin-offs. The Gangon Saga. If you missed that, I'll make sure we have issues of that available. 1 through 4, we'll have that available, and we got a new spin-off Duo, the Yunkai Warrior. Let's see where we go. If you love TMNT, you're gonna love Galactic Rodents of Mayhem. Beautiful art, beautiful story, and again, underdogs doing what we do, making comics, telling stories. For you guys, please support. It goes a long, long way. Sorry for the little one there. Kitty ears, it worked out, Jay.
That's right, man.
So appreciate the love, guys. And till at least for me, I'll be out. But Steve, it was amazing chatting with you. I love picking your brain about the whole comic process. And Jay, when you can, off the scene, send me his stuff. We could share his Twitter and his Kickstarter. Thank you, guys. Thanks for support, and thanks for supporting Flipboard. Let's go, Hatter Nation.
Let's go. Thanks, Gilly.
Later,
we'll see
guys.
You later. Have a great weekend, brother. Take it
Greggy,
easy.
crush that, Gregory. Can't wait to see the end result.
Thanks, man.
Later, guys.
Take care.
Later.
Always good to see Gilly writes comics. The man, the myth, the legend, the pink wearing, Hello Kitty wearing headset. Just he's killing it, man. He's killing it.
Absolutely, as always.
It's just great. Wonderful to be here with amazing creators as always. I did want to say, if you guys want to hear an awesome theme song, you guys got to check out Galactic Roads of Mayhem Comic Book Season 1 complete. The theme song that's actually connected to this is absolutely bonkers. It's just funny as all hell. You guys should definitely bring it up. It's so fun. If I had an opportunity to download it myself, I would just I would just play it for everybody. But unfortunately, it is only on, I'm going to put this up on the thing right now. Give me 1 second. I just want you guys to listen to this because it is funny as hell. I just want to make sure I have the right one here. Yeah. All right, guys. So check this out. Again, I wish I could play it for everybody here, but I'm putting it into chat. You guys should check that out. I'm gonna try and see if I can grab it, but it's a really fun intro. And the theme song is the one you want to check out because the theme song is absolutely classic. It's in the style of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but just an '80s version of it.
Nice.
You guys should definitely check it out. Like, I don't know if I can grab it. I'll try to grab it. I'll see what happens here. Hold on. Let me check really quickly. Let me see if I can grab it because it's one that deserves to be listened to. It's hilarious. It really is. Let me see if I can grab it. I don't think I can. But how we doing? How we doing there, Greg? Everything coming together? Like we almost done?
What time is this? What time do you?
No. We can wrap up or we can keep going. I think that you're looking like you're almost there. I was just thinking maybe we could talk a little bit more with yourself before we log off.
I mean, kind of focus on it, but I actually am really excited about your project, James. And,
okay. So
you have to, you know what? Turn yours off. If you can mute me.
Yeah. Okay. So you know what? Let me put this away. All right. So yeah, guys, check out that the theme song there. I think you guys are gonna have a big hoot about that. But I guess Greg, if you have questions, what talk to me. I guess I wasn't expecting to be talked to tonight, but I thought we were going to just concentrate on your stuff. But what do you want to know? What's going on, brother?
I don't know if I have any questions. I'm just really glad you guys put out that campaign. It's a good example. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah. We muted Steve, so we're good on your end. Yeah.
Got it. It's just really impressive. That you guys took the time and spent the years, building your audience, building your fan base, and you just found something. You just found the pocket, man, and it's really good to see. It's really good to see this toy come off the ground. It's really exciting, especially with my experience in the toy industry. I know how challenging it is for even the big boys to get a toy out into the market. As surprising as that may seem, it's actually not that easy even for them. It was very impressive work.
You know what, Greg? Thank you for that. And yes, we're very fortunate to have the guidance from someone who's on the ground in China, and a manufacturer like Ramen Toy. And as you saw earlier, Silver Surfer is not a fan of Ramen Toy. There are a lot of people who have missed. I guess I don't know what exactly went on between those guys, but as far as we know about Ramen Toy, he's delivered everything that he's promised. Mm-hmm. So for us, I mean, I have some of his figures. I don't have them with me, unfortunately, but actually, you know what? Give me 1 second. Let me show you some of his work. I'll be right back. But before I take off and grab that thing, I did want to say that you have to choose your as you know you have to choose your suppliers carefully. You have to choose your illustrators carefully. You have to choose the people who you cooperate with very carefully. And for the rest of it, me, you, Steve, me, Marvin, Huey, everybody here who's local Toronto, you know what I mean. We have this nice community here, right? And we know each other, and we can rely on each other. But when you go into a situation where you don't know the people you're working with, you know what I mean, it can be really scary, right? It can be really you're putting your trust into people you absolutely don't know. I mean, both of your, you're both two of your colorists, Nico Koutsis and Mike. They're amazing artists, amazing. But as you know, once upon a time, we took a risk on those guys. You know what I mean? We they had their reputation. We knew them from Savage Dragon. We knew them from, but we didn't know what kind of work they were going to output for us. You know what I mean? Like, we had no idea. We didn't know if they were going to be, uh, you know, um, uh, a page a day or a page a month.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a scary situation, but luckily those guys are hungry. Those guys they're hustlers. You know what I mean? Like, they are working on 10 books at a time, like fucking animals, man. Absolute animals. Sorry, Steve. Say that again.
They're absolutely amazing.
Yeah, 100%. And professional. That's the other thing. They're very, very punctual, very, very professional. And if there was any opportunity that we could get where we can all meet in the same room together, I would shake their hand immediately. I would give them a hug, because honestly, those guys, they work their asses off, right? And they're hungry. You know what I mean? So my hat's tipped off to them. I'm glad you guys are working with them again. You know what I mean? It's just an absolute, again, consummate professionals. But you don't know that. You don't know that until you actually get the first book out there, right? Until you actually get that first book done, right? And luckily, for our circle, within our circles, we use them, and we basically highly recommended them to everybody, right? And through that, everybody else was able to benefit from that relationship. But we could have easily just had tossed $6,000 down the drain. You know what I mean? Like, on the first couple of pages, right? It could have just been easily pissing in the wind, right? That's just a reality. And as you know, we interviewed hundreds of colorists before we even landed on those two. And then there's the time difference, right? I mean, they're all the way in the other side of the freaking world. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, we're here in Toronto, they're all the way in the other side of the world, right? And like, the communication, the language barrier, again, I'm not saying anything you guys don't already know, right? But having the pleasure of working with these guys, and thank God they speak English. You know what I mean? Like, thank God for that. But they're, again, consummate professionals, right? So when it comes down to that, you have to know your partners, right? And that's the thing about what we're doing here, and what you guys are able to. Hey, Greg, I love the new look. It's amazing. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, is my head in the sphere? Oh, sorry.
I'm loving the new look. It's looking great. Using that 00 like we talked about, or like,
You know what I mean? I'll tell you, James. Making toys is very, very challenging. I have a toy project I've been developing for a while, and I'm going into my fifth version.
Yep.
My fifth prototyping for it, and the language barrier is real, 100%. Finding the right team in the manufacturer is real, but I think during COVID, a lot of things got reset as well. And a lot of people's expectations changed over like during COVID.
Yeah. No, 100%. I was very excited on your first prototypes when I saw them for the.
Yeah,
Is it still the building? Is it still the building blocks? Is that what you're still doing?
Yeah, Billo blocks. Yes.
Billo blocks.
I'll show you the most recent. I don't know if I show you the most recent versions, but they're smaller, more efficient. But again, we're back overseas again, and looking for the proper partners to execute them en masse. Right. So it's one thing making a prototype, but a prototype and mass manufacturing are two completely different things.
Yeah.
Okay?
We experienced that firsthand. Yeah. You know what I mean? Leo Denver Rex, ground control to Greg. We lost Greg. That was where we lost Greg for a little bit. Leo Denver says, Gilly Comics, absolutely freaking love the lore of the fandom. Gilly, I'm pretty sure, would have loved to hear that. I'm sorry that we weren't able to connect that one up. Labrat says that the drawings look awesome. Yes, Greg is just doing some amazing work right now, and just killing it. Dynamic creative process, yes. Hearing from creators like Steve and Greg, learning the process of what it takes to actually build this book is incredible. And thank you guys for being here tonight. Brian Brink, the great Brian Brink, congrats on the Flipboard campaign success. Thank you, Brian. Brian, of course, has been tracking our progress, and he's the master at those wonderful charts that he does. Hopefully, we'll see some new spikes, Brian. That is the hope. But thank you again for being here, Brian. You really appreciate all the work you do. Leo Denver, amazing work on that Frank face, Greg.
Thanks, man.
Congrats on bringing the Flipper dream to life. Thank you, Leo. Really appreciate it. Love me that theme song. Yes, you guys should listen to it. It's a great theme song. I'm gonna try and grab it. Definitely see you guys and try to get into it. Dave Sinelli, Meg J. Action figures come with toy hunting binoculars, cell phones, working cameras, coffee mug, and the difficulty to remove the Iron Man helmet. I hear you, Dave. I hear you. The collector problems, brother. Collector problems. That's just the way it is. Wrong one. Yeah, so we are going to have to start winding it down, guys. It's already the top of the hour. We've been streaming for about 2 hours already. Time flies when you have good friends and amazing artwork to look to. But before we log off, I want to throw it back to Steve and to Greg to talk a little bit more about their campaign and how you guys can reach them. Guys, talk to us one more time about Atrium and your goals and what can we expect in the future for this project. I mean, like it's such an exciting prospect once again, and I'm so happy that you guys are so close, so very, very close to your goal. $4,310 of $4,805 goal, literally practically $500 away. It's just an absolute amazing project to go through. So Steve, please tell us a little bit more about the project and what we can expect in the future.
I gotta get unmuted. Perfect. So so far we have the first issue completely done. It's been printed. We have I guess 2 variants for that issue, and that issue just basically sets up. It starts with a train derailment in the subway system. And as I said earlier, it's about 2 paramedics, Darnell and Naomi, who are tasked with delivering a donor heart. And they're accompanied by a security detail. And en route to the delivery, they are intercepted by a team of assassins. And so every issue just kind of ramps up the tension and the action that much more. So if you're into car chases and shootouts and hand-to-hand combat, and as I teased a little bit earlier, a dash of horror, twists and turns, this is the book for you. This is the series for you. It's 5 issues, and at the end of the 5 issues, this story is over, but it doesn't mean that this world is something that we're finished with. We have other IPs that we'd like to go into, and we'll have to see how things play out. But we are also going to be continuing to work with the creative team, and that includes Lucas and Nikos and Mike on the art and the colors. So this is what I guess our first foray into comic books in the indie scene with Comics Asylum Publishing, after covering the industry for I guess this will be our 10th year. And this year we kicked things off in 2014, and as you did mention before, we had a digital magazine, and then that went by the wayside, and now we're just strictly online. But you can get all the Atrium I guess backstory and press that you want through our socials on Facebook and Instagram, as well as Threads and X. And then if you're back in the campaign, head on over to Kickstarter and pick up all the issues. If you didn't get one, get that one. And then you can also get issues 2 and 3. I guarantee you that you're going to enjoy reading this. You have as much fun reading it as we've had making it.
Take us through some of these goals that we have here, Steve. You have a digital copy for award number 1.
Yeah, so these are our tiers. So we it's one of the things that when you're setting up a Kickstarter, you're never quite sure, especially when it's your first couple of times at it, what you should have as a tier. And because we decided to do multiple issues in our tiers, we decided to split the issues. So reward 1 is the digital copy for issue 2. Reward 2 is the digital copy for issue 3, if I'm not mistaken. And then I think reward 3 is a bundle for 2 and 3. But we also have a reward tier where you can get 1, 2, and 3 together, both in print and in digital. And so basically all of the tiers cascade down from that, where the digital copies are just with 1 locked cover. Then when we get to reward 6 and reward 5 and reward 4, we then get our variant covers for issue 2. And then the same thing happens for issue 3. So the first 2 covers are by Lucas Filappi and colored by Nikos, Koutsis, and Mike Toris. But the interiors are just the way the variants work for comic books. The interiors are the same. And then we have some special covers as we go into issue 3 and moving on into some of our bundles as well, too.
Greg, thoughts on this campaign that you guys are running? Because you guys are so close. Did you expect this to happen as quickly as it did? I mean, let's be honest. The first campaign did actually pretty much go the distance, and it was such a relief when everything finally came together. But this one seems to be it seems to be catching its stride, and things are really starting to go well. What are your thoughts, Greg, about how this campaign's been run?
Well, you actually really never know
how it's gonna go. It's a weird thing, So you never really know how it's gonna go. You're always kind of surprised. You're always kind of grateful. And then you have to let it go. I think we kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but you got to let it go, and you can't let it go at the same time. You gotta let it go emotionally. It's kind of like a child, you know what I mean? You gotta let it go walk, but man, if you fall and scrape your knee, you want to go pick it up, right? So I don't know, it's an interesting experience. I'm not quite sure how I feel about the whole process yet. I'm still new at it, and it's fun. I like being able. It's just we get to do what you want to do. You get to do what you always wanted to do. You're not necessarily beholden by any restrictions, really. I've been in comic books for a long time, and this is definitely a very free experience. So the Kickstarter thing, I'm very grateful for that. It wasn't there when we started our journey in comic books, but right now, the crowdfunding has changed the platform tremendously for everybody. So how do I feel about the Kickstarter? I'm always excited about it. I'm excited about being able to participate in bringing a good story to people, for sure.
Excellent, guys. Thank you so much. So, guys, let's take a few questions before we're winding down. But Greg, let's take a look at that artwork. I think it's looking pretty amazing. It looks pretty dope. I mean, seriously, it looks freaking amazing. All right, so let's see here. Wookie Sasquatch, I have some ideas for some things, but I have no idea on how to actually get plastic figures / accessories produced, in short of 3D printing them all at one time. Just by my own experiences, Wookie Sasquatch, I think that if you're only doing it for yourself, you should definitely start learning how to use 3D printers and investing in 3D printers. I think that if it's for your own personal collection, and you have ideas and learning how to use 3D software, I think it's probably the really easiest practice. If you're looking to create a idea which you want to share with the world, I would first say, start sharing it in social groups, start sharing it in Facebook, start sharing it on Instagram, start sharing it on Twitter, and see what the feedback is. Because what you want to do is you want to gain an audience. And Hatter's a prime example of that. He was able to share with his audience and really get the imagination of his audience, and that is what's been driving this campaign, right? The character himself is a wonderful satire of the things that collectors go through, but it's really Hatter's connection with his audience that has really driven the the fever of this campaign, and it's his connection and his caring about how his audience feels and the importance of his creation and being true to it that has really driven this campaign. And we're lucky as the team to be here to support him, that we have such a love for this product as well. And I think that that's really where it goes for. So in my humble opinion, you really should be going out there and asking people's opinions, and please be humble about that. Take everyone's opinion, regardless of how scathing it is. Just take that as a experience. You're going to have people who are going to be very supportive of you, but it's the guys who are critical of your work that you really want to listen to, right? Because those are the guys who are either shitting on you for no good reason, or are actually trying to say something important, right? And when you take that into account and start to, to use a term that was used earlier, put your hubris to a corner somewhere where you can, keep hold of it, right? Just to keep it in check, because we all are in love with our own creations. You know what I mean? We're all in love with what they're our babies, they're our children, they're our imagination. We like to cherish these things, but the people around you are the ones who are going to tell you that looks cool, but I wonder if you could do this, or that looks awesome, but you know what? It's been done already. Or that looks great, but you got to be careful. Somebody already did something like that, right? Your critics are going to be the ones who will help you to get your idea to other people who will really appreciate it. So I think that's the biggest thing for the biggest advice I have. Steve, would you concur, or like what are your thoughts on?
Absolutely.
I'm working on it. Hold on. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's short-sighted to think that you know it all, and I think getting as many voices of input is great, and then you can decide after you've heard the advice whether you can go with it or not, and talk to people who have done it before, talk to people who are on the inside, talk to people who are on the outside. Just get as many different points of view as possible, and then you'll be able to make a better informed decision on whatever course you want to go about it. Because the same thing with what we're going through with our campaign. We've never done this before, but you talk to Jay has given us some advice. We've spoken to people who've done Kickstarters for comic books. They've given us advice. And, and I mentioned earlier in the stream, I was on another stream earlier this week, and we actually changed our campaign based on some advice that we got. Just a small little tweak, but it's one of those things that now we know moving into a subsequent campaign that those are kind of like pitfalls that we don't have to worry about anymore, because we've experienced it. We've taken the advice of people who have been there before us, and sometimes it's the customer that also determines what changes you're going to make. So if you have your page set up a certain way, or your campaign's kind of laid out a certain way, and they're not seeing what you're wanting them to see, then you can't just stick with what you think works, because you want them to be able to navigate your page properly. And sometimes it works even with, like in our case, with a story. If you want to take the story in a certain way and you realize it's not hitting with the audience, then who are you making it for? Is it a vanity project, or are you trying to, get it out there for the masses? So I totally agree. With that.
Lar A says, blank slate for custom flip war. Mr. Home Arcade will be on board to do or get an anti-tourney version. Yes, the version we talked about earlier, which is the customizer's dream. I think a lot of people are going to be very happy with that one, so they can actually create their own versions of flip or just take the character and create their own character, much like what Wookie Sasquatch said. He's got ideas, he wants to create them. This is a blank slate which you can use to actually get that kind of thing done. So thank you, Laura. I really appreciate it. Wiki Sasquatch. Oh my God, someone's actually flipping flip bar. It's Flipper Frank, but yes, somebody's flipping flip bar already. So it's so meta, man. It's literally ridiculous. Solid meta joke. Exactly, Dynamo Dave. Exactly. 100%. And you know what? That's exactly what Mad Hatter is really good at. Let's see here. Leo Leo Denver Rex, love me some theme song. Um, Dave Sinelli, oh my god. Mega J action figure comes with toy hunting binoculars, cell phone, working camera, coffee mug, and difficulty to remove the arm handle. Yeah, I know. I that nobody wants a Mega J retro action figure, brother. Nobody wants that. There, it's a terrible idea. Let's bury that before it grows legs. Leo Denver Rex, interesting. A heart has two chambers called the atria. Well, you know what?
Leo's onto it. Leo's onto it.
Oh, there we go, Steve. Leo is a very, very smart man.
Very.
Very, very smart man. So there you are, Leo. You have confirmation of something. We don't know exactly what it is, but we do have something. Greg, that flip bar is looking badass. I can't wait to see the final results. But why don't you come back on screen so that we can say our final thoughts for tonight, and we'll talk a little bit more about the campaign before we say goodnight to everybody. Because this has been an amazing evening. I really appreciate you guys joining me tonight. So there he is. There's the man himself, making things happen. You know, he's all pretty as he always does. You know, he's always pretty boy. Your mom would be proud, Greg. It's always us. Or all us ugly bastards are just jealous of Greg. We've always been that.
Jay, you don't know the half of it. You're so right.
Man, so crazy. So boys, always great to have you here.
Great. Thanks for having us. We really appreciate it.
Always, guys. You know, again, like this is the crew. You know, ever since back in the day, we were hanging out, doing the hustle at the conventions. You know, making ash cans, making little illustrations here and there, just like, you know, hanging out at the atrium, you know, the pit. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything comes full circle, guys. Everything comes full circle. God damn it. It's hilarious how things happen, you know. Freaking Seneca and Sheridan and all those crazy places, man, like George Brown, all those. Half of you Americans don't even know what the hell we're talking about, but you know, we're living the trenches here, guys. We're living the trenches. So it's all good. Guys, talk to me before we log off. What else are you guys up to in the outside of Atrium? Like, what are we expecting new things? Are you guys working on other projects at all? Or I know, Greg, you're still working on some toys on your own and things like that. So, you know, talk to us. What's the deal?
Yeah, I've got I'm still developing the Billow blocks, the toy line. I haven't put it out yet. I'm just looking to resolve a couple of manufacturing challenges, which should be under control in the next month. And ideally, we'll have something to show you guys this year. It might be a Kickstarter, actually, as a matter of fact. So you know, we'll see how that goes. And then you know, we've got Warlock Productions. I'm building that little team there, so that's gonna be very interesting. I've got a couple productions. I can't really talk about them at the moment. They're kind of in the ideation stage. They're kind of putting the deals together. So you know, look forward to hearing more about that in the future. And I will definitely see James to talk about all of it when I can speak about them more vibrantly. But there's some good connections. Again, you know, it's a matter of you know, keeping your friend, like, identifying your good partners over the years. You know, and finding the ones that'll grow, that are in development and they want to grow their careers. And what's basically happening is now that we're old men, you know, everybody's a big boy now, and we can all come back together with more to the table, and that's basically what's been happening. So it's been a good year. It's been exciting.
Glad to hear it, Greg. It's always good to hear from Gregory Parkin, who never sleeps. The man is always coming up with crazy ideas. I mean, like it's just absolutely bonkers. He's been working it before any of us really got started. But he's cut his teeth, and we're all grateful for that. Steve, what else? What else could we expect from Asylum? And is there anything else we can look forward to for Atrium in the near future?
We will have a free comic book day version of Atrium that will be in stores, at least a couple of stores here in the GTA, Toronto area. We are going to be wrapping up the Kickstarter in, I think, 17 days. So I think it ends on like the 27th or 28th of March. And then we'll be into full fulfillment and production. And then we're currently working on issue 4 and 5 to wrap up the series. And then after that, we have other IPs. I know that I have one called Chronocari Alpha, which I think I wrote a novel for like maybe 10 years ago. And I've now written a follow-up to it, and we're going to probably do that as our follow-up. We have two IPs that we're not quite sure what's going to follow Atrium, but we've got 2 or 3 that are in the pipeline. But for Chronocari, I've drawn the 5 issues already.
Wow.
Just got to ink it and then send it off to get colored. But we plan to be keeping it indie when it comes to comic book production. And then I also do some film work as well too. So hopefully I'll continue to be able to do that moving into the rest of 2024. But right now it's Atrium. Atrium is top of mind, getting it out there and having it find a wider audience.
So excited. I really am. Once again, guys, please, especially if you're interested in this type of thing, indie comics is such an amazing scene, and these gentlemen here are really at the forefront of this type of movement. Please check out the campaign for Atrium. They're so close to their goal, $4,310 of $4,805 goal. They're 18 days away. Let's smash this. Let's smash this, guys. Let's get this up to 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. Let's get this. Let's just get this up there. I really want to see these guys succeed, and I want books 2, 3, 4, and 5. I mean, this is going to be a lot of fun. And of course, there are some horror elements, as Steve had alluded to, because it looks like almost like somebody nefarious behind the scenes is just pulling the strings. So really looking forward to this. And again, why the heck would a bunch of doctors be shot at by by a sniper, by a team of assassins? It just brings up so many different questions, and I think you guys will enjoy the ride as much as we all have. And I want to thank my good friends Steve Bynoe and of course Gregory Parkin for joining me tonight, guys. Thank you so much for being here. One last time, Steve, what's the best way to reach you guys if anybody has any questions or would like to learn more about Comics Asylum and of course Atrium?
You can reach me at steve@comicsasylum.com, or you can reach us at the Comics Asylum Instagram page or on Twitter. So anytime, any questions you have, feel free to reach out there.
Excellent. Any last words of wisdom, Mr. Parkin? As we know that you just can't shut up. So I mean, like it's one of those things that you're well known for. So you might as well have the last word to Mr. Parkin.
I'm just really excited about this book that we have on. Atrium is,
and I'm really excited to work with these guys. It's an amazing team to get the story done and out there. Wait, can you hear me now?
Yeah, no, you're coming in clear. You're coming in clear.
So that's prime on the list right now. Words of advice, I would say just don't stop doing it. Just don't quit. It's the only way you're gonna fail. So keep taking your shots. But this book, Atrium, let me tell you, man, it's a great ride. It's a great ride. I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm looking forward to the feedback from it all. I can't wait till the whole story's out and everybody gets to dissect it and ask us more questions and look at what's next. And I'm working on Mondays now, my book. So I've got this it's written. So we're in the boarding stages right now. So yeah, man, I don't know. I'm just gotta keep going. It's gonna be a great year. I'm excited for everything that everybody's got going on. The energy everybody has right now on our team is fantastic. So it's nice to get to be back at this pace, right?
I'm excited for you guys too, but may I say something, Greg? How in the hell do you see anything off those grimy little glasses of yours? What the hell are you doing, man? Can you clean those damn things? Seriously, what? How?
Bro, listen,
What?
I clean this shit all the time. Listen, man. Listen.
You can't lie to me. You cannot lie to me. You can't lie to me. I mean, I can see that right through the freaking glass here. Okay, so don't be telling me.
Let me tell you what happened. Okay?
Do you like it?
I know.
You're gonna
So
tell
I
me
got
something.
this. Yeah. No, because I stopped wearing 2 glasses. I need one, so they transition, right? So I got these transitions. So it's not transition. I guess they're called transitions. They shade, right?
Steve, are you seeing this? Are you
This
seeing
thing
the grime?
scratches off so
I mean,
easily.
okay. Look at the difference here. All right, we got Steve, glorious,
Steve,
clean,
non-transitions.
just beautiful
Yeah,
glasses. All
He's
right,
built for the
they're
camera. What can I
pristine,
tell you? Look,
pristine glasses. And we got Mr. Gregory Parkin here drawing like a madman. Can't even see out of his damn glasses, and he's literally making masterpieces. Imagine if they were clean, Mr. Parkin. Imagine if those were clean glasses. What you could accomplish in this time. We haven't seen each other in decades, no, I'm just kidding. But seriously, every time I meet this guy, he's got the grimiest glasses in the world. Pick up some freaking, pick up a rag, Greg, and just wipe the stuff down.
Dude, they're as clean as they can be. Okay.
Oh my god!
Best I can over here,
Absolute.
but it's like that film
absolute
effect.
tragedy.
You know that film effect? You know the film effect?
Like,
oh, bro.
you taking that? Are you telling me to take Vaseline and make Star Wars effects out of it?
My whole life is like, I don't know, is that 1080p?
No.
But you know that film filter? You know the spec? You know that we know the one, the dust. Is that what it's called? Dust.
Are you gonna ping the lens now? All of a sudden, is that what you're telling me?
I don't live in 4K.
What
James.
the hell are you talking?
I don't live in 4K. I'm 50 years old.
You're
okay?
freaking.
I don't live in 4K.
320i, man. You're freaking living in 240p, 220i. Get the hell out of here, Greg. Oh my gosh. My God. Clean your glasses. Clean your glasses, son. Clean your glasses. All right. My God. This is what happens when I leave you guys for like 10 years. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, these are my good friends, guys. This is my family right here. All right. This is the family. You guys, I love these guys. I love them. They're doing the hustle. They're doing the hustle. These guys, please support them, guys. Please give them all the props in the world. Atrium, everybody. Wait, what the heck? Greg got the screen. Atrium, everybody. Those grimy glasses. Atrium, guys, please support the Atrium project. We'll have a link in the description. We'll have a link in the description.
We're here to be pretty, James. We're here to get the shit done.
Brother, you know what? I'm gonna rag on you just because your face annoys me. Okay, your face has annoyed me for over 20 years. All right, your freaking annoying face. Okay, can't hide behind that no more. Can't hide behind that.
I think this cast is over. I think it's time to go.
You came here, bro. You came into my house. You gotta take it. You gotta take it. All right, guys. I love these guys. Please support Atrium, guys. They're so close to the goal. And if anything, we made you guys laugh. So definitely give these guys give these guys some support. 90% of it's goal. We're gonna see these guys later, guys. Thank you so much for being here tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. Greg will never wipe his glasses. We already know that. So it was a useless argument. So, guys, Steve, Greg, thank you guys. Love you guys, man. Really appreciate it, guys. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe, and as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Don't leave, guys. I'm gonna keep admonishing Greg in a second. Good journey, everybody. Keep proud.